Pregame is here on a football Friday, and we're joined now by Phil Casper to take a look around the KCLY community. And there is a busy, busy week of sports to take a look at. I'm going to start with some stuff from yesterday to begin. We're going to start on the tennis court, Flip. Concordia's Tennis Invitational saw the Clay Center Lady Tigers bring home the championship yesterday, winning the team title.
All right.
They were led by number one singles and doubles, both taking first place. Hannah Callan beat a player from Phillipsburg, as did Chloe Gaug. Callan winning 8-1 in number one singles, Gaug winning 8-2 in number two singles. So they bring home the championship. Also from the area in the number one singles, Anna Stratton of Wamego took third, Megan Hill of Marysville fifth place. And then on the number two singles, Sarah Roberts of Marysville third, and Jennifer Griffith of Wamego fifth. Remember, Marysville's been getting votes in the tennis state rankings from the beginning of the year up to this point. So it's a huge win for Clay Center. In the doubles competition, Marysville's Avery Williams and Holly Holtis would take third place. The Lady Tigers, Paige Richardson, Hannah Fowles teamed up for fifth. And then in number two doubles, it would be Clay Center taking a second place to Marysville. The Bulldogs Shelby Downard and Allison Runnebaum took first. Emma Girton and Jaden Wilcoxon took a second-place finish. Also from Concordia, Sadie Mosher and Jenna Bloomer would take third in that event. But the Lady Tigers, Coach Jeff Edwards' team, taking first-place gold as a team at Concordia.
And it's been a while since we've been able to talk like that about Lady Tiger tennis. They've got numbers, they've got players, they've got commitment, and that's what it takes.
And it's paying off.
It is paying off in a big way.
It's great to see. Yesterday, also a busy day in Belleville, the Republic County Cross Country Invitational, and Coach Ladd Braden's Wakefield Bombers were a part of that.
Yeah, again, on the girls' side, not enough to make a team, but Sierra Otto and Cassidy Tilley continue to run pretty well, 21st and 22nd, respectively. On the boys' side, for the Wakefield Bombers, Brock Barrett, the senior, fourth place overall. He runs 17:43. John Bowen, a junior. In fact, Barrett, I think, is the only senior. John Bowen, a junior, takes sixth at 17:57. Jordan Cole Glazer, Cole Barber, Kirk Easley, Christian Kirk, and Tony Jarvis also competing for the Bombers, and they take fourth with 92 points in a pretty tough field.
Yeah, big field.
Yeah,
there
big
at
field.
Belleville. Clay Center was part of that field as well. The Lady Tigers taking first place. There was only team results was Clay Center fielded a team, but it wasn't as if they didn't perform. Flip, look at this. Second through eighth, all Lady Tigers.
It's pretty impressive, and I saw it on social media. This is not a team picture. This is second through eighth.
Isn't that amazing?
And that is amazing.
Mariah Larson, second. Savannah Kipfer, third. Andrea Chestnut, fourth. Emma Smith, fifth. Haley Peterson, sixth. Zoe Ald, seventh. Katie Schlichter, eighth. That's all Clay Center.
That's a pretty good day for the Lady Tigers.
Really is. Republic County won the boys' team title, but by just 4 points over Clay Center. Individually, Caleb Siebel ran a time of 16:47, first place gold, followed by Caleb Rookstool, who took second. Also in the top 25, Wyatt Kipfer, 19th, Josh Kelly, 21st, Michael Brinkman, 23rd, and in the top 30 still was Tyler Shirley at 29th and Josh Bingosh at 30th. So good stuff for both the boys and girls in Tiger Cross Country.
And I think you mentioned the only senior on that team, Caleb Siebold, and he continues to be pretty dominant.
He has been.
His senior year. But I'll talk a little bit about Caleb Rookstool. He gets better and better every week.
Pushing Siebold,
Junior?
which is what they want. I believe so.
I think he's a sophomore or junior.
Yeah, so good stuff for the Tigers. That again at the cross-country meet at Republic County. Also, top finishers, top 10 boys JV, Matthew Davidson second, Mason Alberg fourth, Brendan Kolsky fifth, and Cody Callahan ninth. The JV girls, first and second place went to Mallory Owen and Karen Larson. Fifth to Hannah Whitley, all in that top 10. Last night, you heard the Tiger volleyball team on the air, but before we head that direction, let's go to the Twin Valley League. Busy Tuesday for the TVL.
Well, a busy Tuesday, and even you look back to last weekend, the Hiawatha Invitational, Centralia wins that one. Not a shock on that at all. Republic County Invitational, Clifton Clyde competed very, very well in that. They lose in the championship bracket to Smith Center, who is a perennial power in volleyball, but they played well and then continued to play well on Tuesday. the Lady Eagles doing very well, but a busy Tuesday. Probably the one that jumps out at me is Hanover over Washington County.
Same thing here, 3-setter.
Yeah, beat them in 3. So pretty good stuff. Again, Centralia continues to dominate in the TVL. No big surprise. They're 19-1. Axtell hanging in there. Also Hanover now 16-4, 6-2 in the league, tied with Washington County, who is 11-3. So you've got some really good volleyball. And I talked a little bit about Clifton and Clyde. They're 5-4 in the league.
Yeah,
they're 8-11 overall, but they had a very good week or so.
So good run.
We'll keep an eye on them.
Frankfurt upended Valley Heights in a 3-setter as well.
Another one. Yeah, that's another one.
The Twin Valley League. Tough to play in. Imagine that.
Tough to play any sport in.
Yeah, no doubt. We mentioned Tiger volleyball on the air last night. Clay Center went into Chapman and would sweep, and not only getting the varsity matches, they won every match last night. The JV beat Chapman in 2 sets in both matches. The C team won in 2 sets in both matches, and in the Tiger varsity winning 25-12, 27-25. Chapman stepped up. Coach Moran said it. Really, a couple of moments had the upper hand, but the Lady Tigers fought it off 25-19, 25-16. In the second match, up at the net, it was Megan Blake with 15 kills, Courtney Hamill with 14, Lauren Lane with 10, all in double digits. And setting him up was Hannah Swihart, who had 28 assists, I should say. Taylor Humphrey was 17 in the matchup last night. It's a good win on the road. They are 4-0 now in the NCKL overall, and they find themselves 13-6 for the overall record, ranked number 6 in the state, 4A Division II.
Doing pretty well.
Defending state champions.
Yeah, defending state champs. There you go.
Tiger golfers went to Council Grove, a second-place finish. They had been off for a long time. An event got moved up early in the season, so they had a real time away from playing. Coach Dick Alberg said a little rusty after a long layoff, but depth is really improving. They took second as a team, 3 strokes behind Anderson County. They were led by Erica Alquist with a 47, 4th place. Allie Wright Frederick, a 49, 8th place. Rachel Williams and Kirsten Diekman both shot 51. Williams 10th, Diekman 11th. And Addie Mullen medals with a 13th place, 52 she shoots. And then strong for Sydney Calloway and McKenna Savner, a 58 and 60 in yesterday's action. They'll host their Invitational to Country Club in Clay Center on Thursday, October 2nd.
That's always a lot of fun, too, if you can get out and watch that.
Get out and check that out. A lot happening around the KCLY community, as you can tell from these fall sports. Next, we'll look at what's happening on a Football Friday. The theme is homecoming. There's a ton of them around the area.
There sure is.
Coming up this evening. More on pregame next.
What's next after harvest? Central Valley Ag suggests fall weed control.
Some of those weeds are winter annual weeds, and the best time for us to get a hold of those is by controlling those in the fall.
CVA agronomist Mike Swingman says getting rid of weed patches now can add profit next year.
So you have a clean seed bed to start next year.
Clean fields mean better yields. Control your weeds this fall for a better harvest next year. Contact Central Valley Ag right away.
Central Valley Ag, where the customer comes first.
Headphones, cell phones, portable drives, wireless keyboards, and more. Radio Shack offers awesome tech solutions for everyday use. From batteries and memory cards to auto connectors and cables, you'll find exactly what you're looking for, plus a wide variety of accessories to upgrade your digital equipment. Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack, enabling everyone to find what they need to connect and power their lives. Downtown Clay Center.
First comes love, then comes marriage, and then comes a home in Blueprints? Whether you're newly married or just looking to build the home you've always dreamt of, come see the lenders at United Bank and Trust. Making your plans a reality is their business. Whether it's new construction, refinancing, or everything in between, like new roofs or updating that shag carpet, United Bank and Trust is here to help you with quick loan decisions from a local lender you know and trust. United Bank and Trust. You bank, we deliver. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Twin Valley is proud to announce their free Twin Valley Wi-Fi zone, available to all fans at Unruh Stadium. With Twin Valley Wi-Fi, you can share the moments from the game with all your friends and family. Listen to the game on the KCLY app, post Instagram pics, tweet updates of the game, and update Facebook all for free without using your valuable cellular data. Enjoy the game and go Tigers from your friends at Twin Valley.
back on pregame as we get a chance to look into this Football Friday flip and homecoming, the theme, I think, for tonight. I mean, there are a bunch of homecoming games around the KCOY community this evening. Let's start in the Twin Valley League with action around the area. What matchups you find intriguing going into week 4?
I find a lot of matchups intriguing for sure. I think that Lynn looking for their first win. Now, they don't play till tomorrow. No, that was last week. They played
Hodgman County
last week. I think Lynn playing Chase, that is not a district game. For some reason, I thought that was a district game, but it's not. I think Centralia Doniphan West is a pretty good matchup. I think Valley Heights looking for their first win against Washington County,
who's undefeated,
who's 3-0.
Yeah, I've got
by the way
rankings I voted for this week in KansasPrepFootball.com. They've done some good stuff already this season.
Clifton Clyde in district play looking for a win against Lakeside. They're 1-2, but Lakeside yet to win a game. Frankfort's still on the. They'll play Veritas Christian. I don't know anything about them. Hanover gets Blue Valley. Blue Valley did get a win earlier in the year against Wichita Prep that I don't know anything about. They played Tesket really tough.
Yeah.
2-point loss last week, so we'll see what happens there. Most of the rest of the Twin Valley League, really some Troy Onega, that could be a pretty good game. Troy and Doniphan West continue to impress, but Washington County last week against Doniphan West, dominant. And I thought that would be a pretty tight game.
I agree. The other one that's interesting to me is Axtell, because we know they're good coming into this season. It's kind of like in college football, the non-con schedule doesn't tell you anything, because they've played 2 teams in Nebraska. Now they're playing another team that I don't know anything about.
St. Joe Christian, I think that's the one in Missouri, I think.
So it's just it's an odd schedule.
Yeah, it is, and I think those teams, they can't find those.
It's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, to find those non-conference games and getting a little tougher. So a little bit this week, the schedule in Twin Valley League not quite what it was last week. Last week there were some questions. This week not so much. Hanover continues to dominate in the 8-man standings. Washington County, again, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised how they are beating teams.
Yeah, they've been dominant.
They have been very dominant.
Impressive. Okay, let's move over to Southern Cloud. They have a homecoming game tonight and hosting. You just mentioned Tesket a little bit ago.
Yeah, and I don't know a lot about Tesket. I know Southern Cloud, again, battling numbers. They have before, but they continue to go out and battle. And I think this will be, a homecoming for them, and you just never know what can happen.
Let's see. Wakefield, talk about battling. They're battling injuries still. The Bombers go to Rock Hills, an undefeated team again.
Yeah, and, it's so sad. I mean, every time you look at these teams, they come in with such high hopes, and Wakefield did this year, and then, bam, injuries hit. And that's one of those things that can happen in any sport, but particularly in football, and they are banged up right now.
Right.
And they're hurting on numbers because they're having to put guys in positions that they don't normally play. So we'll see what happens with Wakefield. Hopefully they can get those guys back and healthy.
Yeah, no doubt. Speaking of running the gamut, how about Riley County? Last week, Silver Lake. This week, Rossville.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
All Tucker Horak did last week.
I was going to say if you had the numbers there or not.
I'm looking right at them, and when I heard the numbers, I thought it can't be right. 13 carries for 353 yards and 5 TDs. And by the way, he was 9 of 10 for 90 yards through the air. We've seen this kid play.
He's good.
And he is the real deal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
He's entertaining some D1 offers, and he's unbelievable. So if you figure out a way to stop Tucker Horak, let the rest of the state know how you did it, because it would be
bottle it up and sell it.
Bottle it up and sell it. So Riley County will have their hands full. Hope and Wagner will come in with a plan, and and they'll do what they can. But you talk about running the gamut. Holy cow!
Tough stuff. Let's move over to the NCKL. All 3 matchups tonight are homecoming games.
Oh, okay.
Abilene hosting Wamego, that's homecoming. Chapman hosting Concordia, also homecoming. I think both of these games are pretty interesting. Abilene, of course, undefeated, but Marysville battled them last week. Wamego comes in getting their first win, shutting out. Marysville last week was Wamego, but the week prior, they took that late in the game in a close one against the Cowboys. Wamego, can they go in and spoil homecoming?
Well, and we'll talk about Marysville in a little bit, but I think this is an interesting matchup. We saw Wamego get it together second half for the first time this year, and this was a team that we assumed was going to be pretty good again, and they are. I'm sure they are. But then you've got Abilene on the other side that we always mention. Abilene, they have struggled a little bit, and I know the score shows that they've dominated, but they have not dominated the whole game.
They've had to pull away late.
They've had to pull away late. I think at home on homecoming against Wamego, Abilene will be tough to beat. I think if this were on the road, I'd probably go the other way, but we'll see what Wamego's got. We'll see if they got it together against a tough Abilene team.
Find out a lot.
Yeah, we will find out a lot tonight.
Concordia at Chapman. The Irish, of course, the Tigers dealt them their first loss last week. Concordia lost to Abilene 27-6 last week. This is a toss-up, I think, although it is Chapman at home on their homecoming.
Yeah, and Chapman was embarrassed last week, and by a pretty good performance by a Clay Center Tiger team, and they were embarrassed, and I think they're going to be upset. Concordia on the other side, again, they lose 27-6 Abilene, but a lot of turnovers. And we have seen this 3 games in a row. They can't hang on to the ball.
It's crazy.
Dominant against St. Mary's, turned the ball over 5 times in a 35-0 win, and they continued to turn it over in Beloit, and they turned it over against Abilene and shot themselves more than once in the red zone against the Cowboys. You cannot do that to Abilene. They can't do it tonight against Chapman either. I think this is a toss-up.
Yeah, I think it's a great game on
I think it's a good
anyway.
matchup for both of them, so we'll see who comes out on top.
Let's move to the game that's coming up here on KCOY. Flip, a great performance last week by the Tigers to beat Chapman 40-20, and now they are at home against the Marysville Bulldogs. It's homecoming for the Tigers, too.
Well, and again, I don't want to beat this into the ground, but, Marysville is a team I thought would get it together this year. They're talented. They have pushed some pretty good teams and held their own with them. That's not the same Marysville that we've seen.
Right.
And
they made some big
32
strides.
straight losses. They've made some big strides. Coach Hoyer's got them going in the right direction. They're a talented group, and Coach Rice and the Tigers know that. They know this Marysville team well. Clay Center's not going to come in and overlook them. I can promise you that. But I think Marysville's going to come in ready to play, too. They're looking to spoil some parties. And what better way to do it than in Clay Center on homecoming?
It's a great matchup throughout the years. I mean,
it is.
Many, many years. So that game coming up at the top of the hour, 7 o'clock. Flip, I'll tell you again, but I know you will. Enjoy your football Friday.
All right, thanks.
Back with more in a moment.
Hey, Tiger fans, the lights are on, the team is ready, and the coaching staff has put together a successful game plan for tonight's game. Have you thought about your insurance game plan? This is Jim Gearhan with Farmers Union Insurance. Let us help put together a game plan for all your insurance needs. We cover everything from cars, trucks, boats, and motorcycles to homes, combines, and businesses. We can even help insure your retirement. Stop by and see us at 426 Lincoln Avenue, downtown Clay Center. A proud supporter of Tiger Athletics.
A message from Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia. Brutal winter days will be here sooner than you think. Is your home properly insulated to keep the cold outside and keep your energy bills affordable? If not, Geisler Roofing offers several different solutions, including spray foam insulation. At Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, we've got you covered.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, we've got you covered.
This time of year, many farmers feel like they're juggling too many things at once. Or maybe you're the guy who's trying to keep multiple plates spinning. Well, let us help you. I'm Brant with Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales, and we'll help with fall custom application and knock down those weeds and keep them under control. The blessing of rain and through this year's growing season has led to tough weed conditions. But hit them now, and you'll be glad you did in 2016. Talk with us at Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
Hey folks, Bill Rice from the Green Team, 802 West Crawford in Clay Center. We have got a great selection of Ram 1500 pickups right now with 0% financing and some great savings. How about this one, a Ram Quad Cab 1500, 20-inch wheels, Hemi engine, keyless entry, only $29,885. That's at the Green Team, 802 West Crawford, Clay Center, Kansas, or check us out on the web at greenteamcars.com.
The Clay Center Tigers try to make it 3 in a row tonight on a homecoming football Friday against the rival Marysville Bulldogs in the NCKL. Tiger pregame is here, being brought to you by State Farm Insurance, David Morgan Agent, B&D Sandblasting, and Clay County National Bank. Up next, our pregame talk with Coach Todd Rice. Pregame on Homecoming Football Friday continues from the Den.
When you're a student athlete, you carry a lot of responsibility because you represent not only yourself, but also your family, your school, and your community. So whether you're in the classroom or on the court or field, take pride in what you do, persist in your endeavors, and work hard to achieve your goals. These qualities will help you succeed and find fulfillment, not only now, but also in the next chapters of your life. We're proud to support you, Tigers. We're Clay County National Bank, member FDIC.
Knowing that we'll be fine tomorrow gives us great peace of mind today. That's why it's so important to ensure your future and your family's. State Farm can help you do it, thanks to their financial services and agents who can personally advise you on which plans better suit you. Continue enjoying your lifestyle, invest in your business or yourself, and ensure your children's education. Get to a better state. Call David Borgerding at 632-5642 or visit him at 428 Lincoln Avenue in Clay Center.
Football season is the favorite time of year for the guys at B&D Sandblasting and Painting. They specialize in sandblasting stock trailers, hay trailers, and semi-grain trailers. They can make your old trailer look like new and maintain its function and value with their high-quality primer and paint. B&D are also experts at installing seamless guttering on your home or business. When their work is done, you can bet they'll be at the football game supporting the Tigers. Give B&D Sandblasting and Painting a call at 632-0696.
Back on Tiger pregame, joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice. Coach, 2 straight wins for you guys. You handed Chapman their first loss of the year, 19 first quarter points. Talk about how your team came out and just flat got after it on Friday night.
I think our guys are really focused, and, we talked a lot through the week about, Chapman being a much improved team, and we'd struggled against them the last couple of years. So I think our guys respected them a lot more and were well prepared and, just came out ready to play that night.
Boy, some big-time plays. We've had some, electric plays throughout this year already, but there's 3 that stand out immediately, and Brady Milliken's involved in 2 of those. The forced fumble after you guys had that big, long opening drive, great start to the game. Then Milliken forces a fumble on the kickoff, recovers it himself. 1 play later, he's in the end zone, Coach, with his first touchdown.
Yeah, and we told our team when we watched film the next day what a great sequence to be number 12 to make 3 phenomenal plays in a row and then get his first high school touchdown, following that. And, he had a heck of a game all the way around.
He really did. And then Peyton Lane, the scoop and score. Guys, dream about that. You talked with me earlier this week, and while Peyton got to go 62 yards, and made a great scoop, and then the run after to leave some guys behind. But you talked about your outside linebacker really being a big part of why Peyton was able to do that.
Yeah, they were running speed option that way, and Hunter Mullen was engaged in the lead blocker and kind of knocked that guy back into the pitch path of the running back. And when the quarterback went to pitch it, everybody had collided together, so he pitched it into space. And, just phenomenal play for Peyton to be there and scoop it. And then Hunter pops back up, and he's part of that convoy that's leading him to the end zone. And, man, that was a real exciting play for us.
As impressive as the opening quarter was, and to have a big lead at halftime, Chapman had gained a little momentum going into half, and I really thought the second half drive you guys had sent a real message that you weren't going to let that team back in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they did. They had a little bit of momentum, a little bit of feel good to them, and we came out, had the ball to start the second half, and just did exactly what we needed to do, and just went right back to work offensively and defensively.
Tonight, the Marysville Bulldogs coach, and this team's getting better. Coach Hoyer's doing some good work there, and they're really making some strides. Won their opening game, which broke a long losing skid. People know about that. But they've competed in the last 2 weeks in the NCKL.
Yeah, they have. They've had Abilene and then Walmego back-to-back. And those have been tight ball games. I think they've both been like 7-0, 14-0 at half. And then they were right in it to the end. They've got some good physicality to them. They've got some good athleticism. They return 8 starters on both sides of the ball, so just some real experience coming for them. And tell you what, they play hard and they do not give up or let up in any situation.
It's homecoming week. Should be a great crowd on hand, a chance to go to 2-0 in league, win a third straight game. Coach, I don't have to tell you how important this game could be for you guys.
Yeah, our kids are just excited about it, and we're just trying to take it 1 week at a time. And, they're excited for the opportunity. I think they're really focused on Marysville and know what they can do. And, we heard, too, they were recognizing the 1963 team at halftime, and our guys heard that. And, those guys remember back playing Marysville in the day, and just all the tradition between Clay Center and Marysville, and now it's homecoming, a lot of alums coming back, and I don't know, our guys are ready. Hopefully they're not too hyped, but, they're pretty excited about representing Clay Center.
Coach, as always, thanks for your time. Go get them tonight against the Bulldogs. Up next is Chet's Keys to the Game on pregame.
This harvest, producers that planted one of the high-quality wheat varieties or a blend from Oldie Seed are recording significantly better yield results. Varieties like Hot Rod, WB 4458, and WB Cedar are high-yielding wheat varieties that deliver exceptional yields and good test weights. If you want the highest quality seed, make it a point to plant an Oldie Seed wheat variety or blend this fall. Call Oldie Seed at 877-692-4555.
I was going over paperwork in central office when in sauntered.
The name's Bond. I'm needing to lay low. I thought maybe selling office supply products would be a good disguise.
Well, we do offer great savings on items such as Laurel office furniture, desk, chairs, filing cabinets, and more, plus over 1,000 Business Source office supply items, house brands, but same great quality.
Perfect. And what do you think about this big rubber nose and mustache?
They'll never recognize you. Folks, for all your office furniture and supply needs, come see us at Central Office Service and Supply in Clay Center.
Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep is a proud supporter of Tiger football. Get to Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and test drive the 29-mile-per-gallon Ram truck and save during Ram Truck Month. Need an SUV? How about the 30-mile-per-gallon Jeep Grand Cherokee? For 47 years, Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep has treated you like family because our family name is on the door. Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep on West Anderson in Manhattan or online at schrammcars.com. Go Tigers!
Marty here at Bud's Tire Service. Fall is the perfect time to get out there and kick up some dirt, so dust off your wallets and get a $50 or $70 MasterCard rewards card when you buy a set of 4 new Select BF Goodrich tires. Hurry, offer only valid August 31st to September 27th. Like the Tiger football team, we are ready to kick off the fall right here at Bud's Tire Service. See redemption form for complete details. Void where prohibited. Reward card issued by U.S. Bank pursuant to license from MasterCard International Incorporated.
On a Football Friday night, we welcome you to Homecoming 2015. Rocky Downing along with our studio engineer, Bernie Vancella, Chet Carlson alongside once again as we get set for high school football. And Chet, you and I are big football fans. Oh, yeah. That's obvious. Oh, yeah. We're big Chiefs fans. Oh, yeah. And our good old buddy, Bill Grigsby, God rest his soul, would have said right about now, what a beautiful night for football. So welcome to the den, the rain falling. If you can't enjoy this, you don't know what football is really about, Chet.
Well, this is the kind of game, even when you're a little kid, whether it's the kids playing flag right now or whatever, if it started raining, my brother and I used to go out and play football just because it was raining.
And throw me passes where I have to dive, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have to dive enough that time. No, this is what we love. But this is the kind of game that if you get up, it's great. But if you get down, and either one can happen in any game like this, if you get down a little bit, it's tough.
So the Chet's keys to the game, let's talk about it. This team has to look at this, both teams really, but for the Tigers, weather is no excuse tonight, first off.
That's the first one. And we're calling them keys to the game, goals, philosophy, whatever, because weather is going to play a part in thinking. It's going to play a part in approach. It'll play a part in play call. Don't think it won't, as well as defensive stats. But weather is no excuse. And with that, on the offense, we got to say, our goal tonight is no turnovers. No turnovers. Weather is no excuse. This is if it's 100 degrees and dry.
And you love numbers. Last week you had the number of punts that turned into a number of turnovers added to punts, which worked out great for the Tigers. Now you're looking at offense, and you're saying by the third quarter, 5 scores is the key.
I think if we have 5 scores, if our offense, if Clay Center Tigers have 5 scores by the end of the third quarter, that's going to be a big key in the game that can take care of it. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring shootout. If somebody gets to that position, they're in a good driver's seat.
Defensively, don't let the Marysville Bulldogs into the red zone, basically.
Basically right. Don't let anybody inside the 25-yard line. Inside the red zone is a lot different when it's dry than when it's wet. You know?
Tigers will have the football to start, Chet, so we'll see if those keys to the game play out on a rainy, soggy football Friday night here from the Den. Yes, the crowd may be limited. Our listeners may be more than normal on a home game, I'm thinking, Chet, because people want to stay dry and see what's going on with the football game. We're hoping the weather will make its way out and leave us with a better night as the evening goes along. Marysville Bulldogs, the Tasty Pacer kickoff's going to be taken back at about the 20-yard line by Hunter Mullen. His return to the middle, and he's going to be corralled as he moves across the 30-yard line and out to the 33. The Tigers will take over their opening possession. By the way, the homecoming festivities were held earlier. King candidates tonight, Caleb Stiebold, Dylan Carlson, Gabe Ware, and Chase Casper. The Queen candidates were Marissa Schultz, Keely Jermark, Courtney Hamill, Savannah Kipper. I said it earlier at the pep rally. What a great group of guys and gals. Caleb Stiebold and Savannah Kipper were named this year's King and Queen homecoming royalty. Great to see Alexis Bowen and Thomas Rickley back as well to give those crowns away this evening. Tigers take over the football for the opening possession. It is Cade Wallace turning and handing off right side. Gabe Ware will dive across the 35 or out near the 35. He will gain a couple of yards on the first down carry. It'll be second down and long for the Tigers.
Well, we don't have this stat. Of all stats we don't have, this would be a pretty amazing stat, I think. The number of times we have taken possession between the 30 and 35-yard line this year has been phenomenal. This time, we started on the 33 after the return by Hunter Mullen, a gain of about 2 yards in that play.
Tigers quickly set to go, second down, 8 yards to go. In motion goes Tyler Young from right to left. They'll pitch out left for Young. He'll cut against the grain, gets across the 35-yard line, gains a short yardage 2-yard pickup for T-Money. It'll be third down and long. Here's the offensive starters for the Tigers. Up front, McCade Melius, the center. To his right is Parker Folks and Jace Casper. To the left, Jacob Blackburn and Dylan Carlson. Malin Brumfield, the tight end. The quarterback is Cade Wallace. His running backs are Gabe Ware, Adam Eberts, and Tyler Young. Riley Briggs got the start tonight at one of those wingback positions. In motion goes Ebert, and the Tigers may have drawn Marysville offside. I was actually talking to the radio crew for Marysville, and I said, don't be surprised if the Tigers run a wingback in motion and stop behind the quarterback. It's not a mistake.
Right.
We're getting used to it. Obviously, Marysville is not. They just lost 5 yards on the play.
And that's where the wet field cost them, because two guys tried to stop, but they slid past the line of scrimmage.
This time it is Cade Wallace tripped up in the backfield. He had an avenue to run to the right side, and a defensive player was in the backfield, not near Cade Wallace, but his foot happened to trip up Cade, and he'll be short of the first down, fourth and about 3 to go.
Tigers going a little conservative here. I didn't know. They're not quite to midfield, and it's fourth and about 3, and they're sending in the punting unit.
Connor Last is the punter. He'll stand at his own 28-yard line. The line of scrimmage to 40. They needed the 43, almost the 44 for a first down pickup. So they'll punt on this third down and 3 to go. Snap is a good one. Last has plenty of time and boots one downfield to the balance at 35. Kind of check up there and then roll forward to the Marysville 32-yard line. That'll be the Bulldogs' first time to have the football in their possession. Tiger defense looks like this up front. It is Balin Brumfield, one of the defensive ends, and he has been dynamite early in this football season. Last week really had a breakout game, if you will. The Tigers on defense will also feature up front Parker Folks. Garrett Craig's going to move outside maybe more. Dylan Carlson working with a cast on his left hand, maybe in and out of the defensive setup. Folks will go outside left. Gavin Ware gets a chance to go down inside as well for the Tigers. We'll get to the rest here in a moment. Here's a handoff up the middle. Just Warnick with the carry. Breaks one tackle. Now dives across the 35 out near the 37-yard line. He gains about 5 on the first play. Hunter Warnick is the leading rusher outside of the quarterback, Tommy Brediger. It'll be second down and 5 yards to go. Tigers defensively in the linebacking crew, Gabe Ware, Jace Casper inside, Hunter Mullen, Adam Ebert outside, and then the quarterbacks are Tyler Young and Brady Milliken, the safety Lane Lively. Second down, a long 5 to go. Opening possession for the Bulldogs. Brinegar's going to take it himself right side. He'll run into a crowd and push back as he nears the 40, maybe the 41-yard line. It'll be third down, 3 yards left to go for the Bulldogs.
Basically, the Tigers gave up a little bit too much on first down. Marysville was sitting pretty good after first down. We made a good stop on second down, third, and still relatively short. They picked up almost nothing on that running play on second down.
We mentioned Brinegar, the quarterback, is 177 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns to go along with that. Hunter Warnick, 32 carries, 139 yards. Third down and 3 here for the Bulldogs. Here's Brinegar, handoff right side. Warnick gets by one tackle and out of the open field. He's got the first down and a whole lot more. He'll take it to the Clay Tiger 40-yard line, maybe the 39, first and 10 for the Bulldogs.
But he got a good block in there from the right side of his line, so he got past our linebackers a little bit too quick, and the footing's kind of slippery out there, and especially between the 30s, it looks like, as we look at the field. He got into open field, and we ran with him for about 10 or 15 yards there before we could get him down.
8.5 to work here in the opening quarter. No score. Tigers punted on their first series after 3 plays. Marysville now to the Tiger 40-yard line. Brinegar from the gun. Handoff left side. Warnick. He's in the backfield. Ball is loose. Tigers have it. Adam Ebert comes up with it. The hit from the sticks. Gabe Ware broke it loose. He charged the football to the ground, and Adam Ebert comes up on top of it. The Tigers have the football back.
And that was a good play by both of them. Number 28, Gabe Ware. Number 25, Adam Ebert. Gabe with the good hit. The ball comes loose. Adam Ebert took secure fashion of that ball. I mean, he was all over that. He protected that ball. And Tigers with basically where they gave up the ball on the front last time at the 40.
First down and 10. Cade Wallace goes in under center. He has Ware behind him. Young to the left. He'll hand off quickly underneath to Gabe Ware. Not much there. Ware still fighting for yardage. He may have gotten a yard out of the play. It'll be second down and 9. Now, the big stat we've talked about the last 2 weeks, Chet, the Tigers, I think it was 6 straight turnovers the Tigers have forced and gained. It was 8 straight turnovers, and they've scored on all of those, right?
Yeah. I think it's, I'm putting fingers up and I'm giving your own information, but we had 3 at Rock Creek and 4 last week.
So 7 total, and they've scored on every one. This is number 8 right here. We'll see if the Tigers can cash this one in. Here's Wallace under center, and motion goes Young from left to right. And handoff underneath again for Gabe Ware. He gets across the 45-yard line. A gain of 3, maybe 4. It'll be third down and still about 5 yards left to go.
Well, what the Tigers have been able to do the last couple of weeks is get something going in the inside or the outside that opens up the other. All of a sudden, both corners get relaxed, and we're able to move the ball. The Tigers sitting here with 3rd and 5 to go. They need to convert this first down.
Quick tempo for the Tigers, and they move up to the line of scrimmage, although they do take some time to look to the sideline and get the call. Here's Wallace under center. Young again from right to left. Handoff underneath. This is Gabe Ware. Short yardage play. He's going to move it to about the 48-yard line. They need across the 50 to pick up first down. So it's a 4th and 2 situation now for the Tigers.
And I was going to say, I don't see a punting here, but the punting unit's coming on.
So the Tigers do bring out the punting unit. It'll be Connor Last standing back at his own 37-yard line to receive the snap. 4th down and just a couple. It's a long 2, though, for the Tigers, and not yet to the midfield stripe. The snap is a high one, but it's brought down by Last. No pressure. He gets a boomer away. It goes back inside the 20, received there on the return, and Thalen Brumfield will get the tackle, then help from Peyton Lane and company. It'll be Marysville starting back inside their own 25-yard line to return from Nathan Armatier. So it'll be Tigers on defense, and a good decision, obviously, for the Tigers because no pressure, and Last put one down there.
That's probably his best punt of the year, and it's also his best recovery of a snap of the year because he had to go pretty high for that. Last week he had 2 snaps in the grass that he got nailed on. Our snaps aren't low this week, but he got a really, really good punt. Marysville's taking over at the 25.
Brinegar from the shotgun. 2 backs with him in the backfield. He'll hand off underneath. Carry through the middle, and Jace Casper and Parker Folks make the tackle. Also in on the play is Gabe Ware. It's a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Now the Tigers, Parker Folks, that long snap the last time down, and it wasn't a bad snap. It was just a touch high. Remember, Dylan Carlson was the original long snapper with his left hand. skin damage and in a cast. They've had to go to Parker Folks, who's done a great job for the Tigers. Second down, and we'll call it 8 yards to go after a 2-yard gain. Brendiger from the gun. He will keep it himself through the middle, and he is punched early. Folks got the initial hit. Ware may have had some contact as well. Brendiger does fall forward out across the 30. It'll be third down, still 4 yards to go.
Yeah, and I think they made a pretty accurate spot from where we're standing up here. I think he rolled a lot further, but he didn't get the roll on his forward progress.
Now, once contact with the grass, you're not supposed to get that forward motion then. Paul Mateer comes wide left. 2 receivers stagger to the right for Marysville. Brendiger from the gun with 1 back beside him. That's Warnick. Third down, handoff to Warnick underneath. He is going to fall forward. It looks like for a first down. The Tigers kind of had it stymied up, but then Warnick able to fall forward for the Bulldogs, and appears to have picked up first down yardage.
Yeah, it's very, very close, and they're going to go ahead and give it to them. They don't need to measure. They're going to move the chains. It did look like we had contact about 2 to 3 yards before the first down, but the big back came with power, and he got hit enough for the first down.
5'11", 195, a junior. He has 139 yardage coming in through the first 3 games, including 2 touchdowns, and a good carry there to pick up the first 10 for the Bulldogs. Marysville from their own 36. Here's Brendiger again. He's going to keep it himself this time, and he runs into a pack. First contact, it looks like Balin Brumfield, but he's got help from Dylan Carlson and Adam Ebert. That's a gain of maybe 1, second down 9.
And that's big. The Tigers have given up a little bit more yardage than they've wanted to in the early plays of the series for Marysville. That time, it's a big stop by the Tigers, and we need to do it on this end of the field. We don't want to let them move the ball on past the midfield line.
Second down 9, football at the Marysville 36-yard line. Brendiger 1 back beside him. That's Warnick. He will hand it off to him. Now cuts right. Tigers really stuck this one up nicely. He started to the middle, had to go outside right, and he ran into Hunter Mullen and Dylan Carlson and company. It's going to be third down, still 7 to go.
You know, this is the kind of night that anybody with speed, lots of times they can slip the ball. They do a lot of slipping when they're trying to make a cut in a corner. But this is also the kind of night where the tacklers are sometimes being a little ginger on their cuts, and the guy with the ball knows where he's headed. And I can see some long plays on a wet night like tonight.
Third down 7 for Marysville from their own 39-yard line. Brendiger from the gun. Snap is a good one. Back to pass for the first time. Throws across the middle. Ball is knocked to the ground. Incomplete. 4th and 7. There were 3 Tiger defenders in the area. The pass intended downfield for Warnick out of the backfield. The fullback came through, and the pass hit his left hand, but there was a crowd. He had no chance to catch it.
And that was a well-thrown ball. He just threw it into coverage, and we had a lot of coverage on the receiver. But it was a well-thrown ball, and it was the first pass of the night for Marysville. I was looking at their stats right before we started, and they do throw in the past 3 weeks about 30% of the time.
Chet mentioned opportunities for long plays. This is the type of play you could see something really happen. Although the Tigers will not get a return on this one as it falls short, bounces down to Clay Center's 24-yard line. You know, Chet, you mentioned long play as a possibility. You mentioned the goal of 5 scores for the Tigers before the end of the third quarter.
Yep.
The more this quagmire starts to take place, I'm thinking a touchdown or 2 might be the key in this ball game before it's all said and done.
Yeah, it could sure play a part to stifle that. But my goal for 5 at the end of the third quarter is you can't come back from that, you know, in the fourth quarter, because then it is going to be that much more sloppy.
Cade Wallace under center. He'll hand off. He's going to keep it himself. Now he's tackled in the backfield. There are 2 Marysville Bulldogs on the play. First contact coming from Hunter Warnick. We've talked about him on the offensive side. He had help as well as he made contact with Cade Wallace, who pulled it out of the belly of Gabe Ware. I'll be interested to see how much the Tigers keep punching the interior until they make that play to the outside.
Yeah, and see, another thing is this offense is very dependent on critical timing, and we're just being a little bit slower because of the footing.
2:25 to work opening quarter, no score. Second down 10. Young goes in motion. They will hand it off underneath again. This is Gabe Ware, short yardage play. Third down and long after a gain of maybe 2 on that second down carry. and we'll call it a gain of 3. Third down, 7 yards to go, 2:06 to work. This could be a quick ball game tonight, Chet. We're hoping the weather moves out, but I tell you, the radar just keeps seeing the cell that's happening keep waving back towards Play Center and the Tigers in. So we'll see. Third down, 7. Cade Wallace goes in under center. McCade Millius. He has Gabe Ware behind him, Adam Ebert to the right, Tyler Young to the left. That's the wingbacks. Milliken, the receiver, to the right side wide. Wallace. Little misdirection and a busted play. He's going to be tackled in the backfield. He turned to hand that off. I know the defense got there quickly, but who he thought would be, where they would be, was not there, Chet.
Yeah, it was a busted play, and there was something that went a little bit wrong there. Cade did a good job of protecting the ball, but it's about the same as the back. I mean, he had to eat the ball right after he took the snap. He turned to go to somebody that wasn't there. Now we're in front position a little bit further back than we've been.
4th and 9. Connor last out his own 14-yard line. Has a good snap from Parker Folks. Line drive, end over end kick, bounces near the midfield stripe and rolls right at the 50-yard line down there by Balin Brumfield. So Marysville, good field position. 49.7 seconds to work here in the opening quarter. Scoreless on a rainy. I mean, it is one of those nights that's become I said quagmire. It may become one of those nights, a true mud fest this year.
Yeah, it really might. We're gonna see the look of between the hash marks on this field is going to take a little toll tonight.
Sloppier and sloppier as the evening goes along. Brendiger from the gun again. And off Warnick underneath, and he is met immediately by Balin. No, Parker Folks had the first contact. Folks threw the line outside, stepping in there for Dylan Carlson out with the injury. Now, Dylan able to go tonight, that direct current, I call him, on the offensive defensive line, DC up front, but unable to go defensively right now. And Parker Folks, a big play, drops him for a loss of a half a yard.
Dylan's been a big part of this Tiger team for the last 2 years, and he's got a big old cast on his arm now and just playing in select places and time.
So second down and long. Brenniger works it right, keeps it now through the middle, and Parker Folks again. It'll be a gain of 4, but Folks makes the tackle. It'll be third down and still 6 to go. And by the way, as we go to the quarter break, I'll hold that thought I had on Dylan Carlson. But what a play by Parker Folks. Third down, 6 to go. First quarter in the books here in the Den. A rainy football Friday. Stay with us. Homecoming continues next.
Welcome to Subway. What can I make for you?
I want to mix things up a bit.
How about one of our delicious Reuben sandwiches? Loaded with your choice of tender corned beef or oven-roasted turkey breast.
I like where you're going with this.
They're fresh toasted with melty Swiss cheese and topped with sauerkraut and Thousand Island dressing. All on your choice of freshly baked bread.
Sounds perfect.
Coming right up. The Subway Reubens won't be here long, so try one today. Subway. Eat fresh.
Limited time only at participating restaurants.
Farmway Co-op, your partner in growth.
Have you reserved your wheat seed? Talk to your local Farmway seed specialist about your seed plan. The best varieties go fast. Don't miss the opportunity to take advantage of early order discounts and your supply of the best varieties of the year. Farmway carries the best brands and technologies in the industry. Farmway can help create a seed plan for a successful 2016. Contact Farmway today.
Back once again, we bring you here as second quarter action about to get going. It is a 0-0 tie through the opening quarter of play. Place it to Tigers on defense as Brenniger third down and 6, and now we have a penalty flag down. So we'll see what the penalty is.
Well, it's on Marysville. We're going to move it back 5 yards. Was a procedure?
This is against the Bulldogs. So instead of 3rd and 6, 3rd down 11, big play for the Tigers. The football moved back at the midfield stripe. And the clock yet to tick away in the second quarter. No score as of yet. Brendiger, low snap, hands it off. Warnick left side. He is hit again near the line of scrimmage. Dylan Carlson was indefensive that time. I did not see who got the first contact, but I'm guessing from the reaction it might be the hick from the 6, Gabe Ware, right?
It absolutely was number 28. He hit him low. It was like he was going in for a takedown. I mean, he drilled him.
So the Tigers will have a chance to return here as Marysville lines up at a punt formation, 4th down 11. 11:34 to work. We're in this opening half of play, second quarter action. Snap is there. Tigers bring a rush. Almost to it was Anthony Atkinson-Innicky. Now Tyler Young bobbles it initially. It picks it up and gets out across the 30-yard line to the 34. Going to go back to where Atkinson-Innicky, who we know has some great ups and stretch, he almost, in fact, I think he may have tipped that kick.
Yeah, the official gave the signal or the indication. He showed that it was tipped, so he wasn't going to throw any flags because there was a little, not a lot, but a little contact there with the punter. But we had what looked like a block coming in.
So the Tigers take over at their own 34-yard line. 1st down and 10, no score, just underway in the second quarter. Gabe Wallace under center. Hand off underneath. This is Gabe Ware again. Short yardage play. I just get the feeling, Chet, trying to read a coach's mind. They've seen something that they're trying to set up because they're letting Gabe Ware pound and pound away. And in a minute, I have a feeling somebody's going to break one.
Well, I think it might include number 15 around the corner. Marysville is sucking in more and more and more. If you look, we're looking right down on it. Right. The defense is getting tighter and tighter. They're within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage, their deepest player.
Young goes in motion right to left. Handoff underneath again. This is Gabe Ware. Hard-fought yardage. He gains about 2 or 3. Brenninger actually makes the tackle, who plays both ways for this team, one of their leading tacklers. It'll be a gain of maybe 2, 3rd down, 6 yards to go for the Tigers. And we kept thinking this rain was going to move through, Chad. I think it's increased the amount of rain coming down.
Yeah, I think it has too, from the looks of it on the track.
3rd down, 6. Again, Wallace looks for the sideline. Players now get the signal in, look for their wristbands, and the play is in. Brumfield wide left. Wallace sees Ebert go in motion right side. Now Wallace pulls it out of the belly of Ware. He'll dive across the 40. And it'll be 4th down for the Tigers and probably another punt situation from their own 41-yard line. Still 4 yards to go. Tigers go quickly to the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they catch the Bulldogs off balance, if they go for it. And now a timeout's going to be taken by Marysville. They were caught off guard. The Tigers came quickly to the line of scrimmage.
I like that.
9:35 to work first half. No score. Tigers faced with 4th down and 4 when we come back.
Plan ahead for a comfortable and safe winter by contacting Propane Central today. They'll discuss your propane needs and set up a delivery schedule that ensures you have propane when you need it. Choose from one of their flexible payment plans and automatic payment options, and you'll know why their customers agree. Propane Central offers worry-free propane service.
Crop Production Services offers the best quality corn and soybean seed lineup that truly fit your acres and the way you farm. Year after year, top-performing brands such as Asgrow, DeKalb, Dynagrow, and Mycogen turn top yields in field trials. Get expert agronomic advice, responsive service, and consistent fair pricing from Crop Production Services. Early cash and volume discounts and financing options available. Visit with Pat, Josh, Doug, and Sheldon for all your corn and soybean seed needs.
Out of the Bulldog timeout, the Tigers rush to the line of scrimmage, trying to draw Marysville offside. Now Wallace back under center. 4th down and 4 from their own 41. The Tigers may take a timeout. Yes, they will. Thought they could rush out, maybe get the Bulldogs to jump here on a soggy football Friday, but instead they will hold their water and we'll have another timeout. I'm going to keep it right here. We started to talk about the homecoming royalty earlier. Alexis Bowen, Thomas Rickley back from last year to hand out this year's crowns. A great group of Tiger student athletes and students that were on hand this evening. On the boys' side, Caleb Seabold, Dylan Carlson, Gabe Ware, and Jace Casper. The Queen candidates were Marissa Schultz, Keely Jermark, Courtney Hamill, and Savannah Kipfer. and Savannah Kipfer and Caleb Siebold were named this year's king and queen, but all were worthy of being out there on the field tonight.
8 awesome kids.
There they are.
8 really, really good, really, really fun individuals. And, it doesn't matter. I mean, I love the 2 winners, and I love all 8 of the candidates.
We could have said that about anyone of those 8 that were, any 2 of those 8 that were named as king and queen. Now, the Tigers will line up for a punt now as Connor Last stands back inside of his own 30-yard line. Rain continues to just pummel down here on a football Friday. 4th down and 4. Last from his own 28. Snap is a good one. No rush. He'll bang it away again. A good punt. Brenniger's going to return it from his own 28-yard line. Starts left side. Now he's going to be out across the 40, and the Tigers will force him down there. So the Tiger offense has not been able to move the football much. The Tiger defense has done enough, including a big forced fumble by Gabe Ware and recovery from Adam Eberts, that has kept this game scoreless thus far with 9.5 to go first half.
And on 4th down, we traded timeouts there that last time.
Right.
We made them spend one. We were willing to spend one all the way anyway. We were going for the hard count. This entire football game has taken place between the hash marks and between the 30.
Garrett Craig late entry on the defensive end. Carlson and also Brumfield and Folks in there defensively. Left side handoff. Warnick gets by one tackle and now breaks a tackle and has first down yardage. He'll take it to the Tiger 45-yard line. And Chet, the Tigers had him corralled and just didn't finish the play.
Yeah, we said early on, and we were talking about offense at the time, but weather is no excuse. And that applies to defense also, right? Weather is no excuse. And, he's running hard, and he has sure footing, the type of steps he's taking in there. You got to bring it on defense, or he's going to drag you along for 5 yards, and that's what happened.
Hunter Warnick stands next to Brenninger. He will keep it himself. Brenninger, the quarterback. He is caught by Hunter Mullen, but still falls forward to the Tiger 39-yard line. It's a gain of 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. Second down and 4.
Marysville, we talk about momentum, and we watch momentum from up here, and I'm watching a little bit of momentum shift to Marysville right now. They have more spring in their step, and they have more power in the drive of their footing. Clay Center's a little bit more back on their heels, and that's not a good way to be on defense.
Brenninger from the gun. Second down, 4 yards to go. Handoff to Warnick. Dodges one tackler. Now gets again near the first down marker. He'll be very, very close by the time the tackle's made. Lane Lively, Adam Ebert, underneath the pile, Balin Brumfield, all in on the play. It appears that he'll be just shy by a half a yard.
Yeah, you're almost down that line, and they're not going to measure, but you're right. It's probably less than half a yard.
Third down, very short now for the Bulldogs. 7:55 to work in the opening half. A quick first half. There's been one pass attempt. There's been several punts already and one fumble. Here's Brenninger. Warnick falls forward. Big hit for the Tigers from the outside, Balin Brumfield, but it's enough for the first down. They only needed a half a yard. Bailey and Clowney Brumfield put a good hit in there, Chet, but it was good for about a yard and a half.
Balin's been playing really, really, really well this year, and he's playing well tonight. Clay Center Tigers just need to start bringing it on defense and not be back. And when you're back on your heels, you're going to get drugged for 4 yards.
Brenninger from the gun. That's the normal formation. He'll hand off to Warnick underneath. Short yardage carry, and that was a Tiger defense that came after it. Garrett Craig, Dylan Carlson, first contact in for the Tigers. It'll be a gain of a half a yard, second down and long. 7-10 clock ticking. Lightning fast first half. Both these teams want to grind it out, and no score as of yet.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. And that's what the Tigers did on that play. They brought some defensive tackling that time with authority, and they didn't just grab onto them and get drugged 4 yards.
Quick snap on the Bulldogs. We have a penalty flag in. That's going to be on Marysville, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
They tried to go quick count, and they went quick before the count even. Procedure, and now second down and 14, maybe 15 yards. Now moving back to the Tiger 40-yard line.
Sometimes they go that way trying to fool the defense, and the defense didn't get fooled, but the offense got fooled.
Second down, 15 to go. Football again back at Clay Center's 40-yard line. Marysville marching right now, but the Tigers get a big penalty there with 6:43 left to go in this first half. Warnick stands beside Brenninger. Two receivers staggered left. Here's a Brenninger keep, left side carry. First initial contact from Dylan Carlson, and in a whole row of Tigers. Adam Ebert, Chase Casper in on the play. It'll be a gain, short yardage, maybe 3, third down 12.
And I think there's only been 2 penalties in the game tonight. They were both procedure against Marysville, and so penalties could enter in later and play a part in this game when it's this type of a football game with this type of weather. And it might play a part in this drive. Now all of a sudden we're looking at third and about 12, and that's because of the procedure call.
At the Tiger 36-yard line. Third down, 12 to go for the Bulldogs. Tigers trying to dig in here. Brenninger's going to sprint right side behind a blocker. He is punched backwards. Big-time hit in the middle by Balin Brumfield.
Absolutely.
The tackle started inside. I think that was Garrett Craig who got the initial contact. Maybe Dylan Carlson, but Balin Brumfield made a big-time hit.
He came across that line of scrimmage. He came laterally down that line of scrimmage from the right end and just drilled him. What a great tackle. They're looking at 4th and 10.
I wondered if Marysville might go for it at the Tiger 35, but they will line up to punt it. Tyler Young, the only back for the Tigers to receive. They do snap it. They will punt it. Young's going to let it bounce behind him. Will he get to the goal line? It will, and the Tigers will take over at their own 20. 5:08 to work here in the first half, Chet, and this has turned into a true rivalry-type game. These guys can talk about this forever. That rainy night in Clay Center at Otto Underwood Stadium. Who's going to come out on top? That is still there's a lot out right now.
It really is, and I talked about this entire game has been played between the 30s and between the hash marks. Now we're back on our 20-yard line. We need to move the chain a whole bunch.
This might be the best footing on the field because there hasn't been much action down around where the Tigers are at right now.
Absolutely right.
First down and 10. Cade Wallace has a receiver left and right. Gabe Ware behind him. Wallace will keep it himself off the pull-out from Gabe Ware. It's a short yardage gain of maybe 1. Now I want to let everybody know, coming up at halftime, 1963 state champions are going to be honored tonight, Chet, at the beginning of the half. So we're going to have our halftime interviews again. We have Coach Todd Rice this week, and Tyler Young and Dylan Carlson we'll hear from. But I'm going to head down in the rain, and I'll be glad to hang out with the 1963 Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. We know those guys. We know a lot of them, and it's an honor for you to be with them.
It'll be fun. I'm really excited the Tiger administration made this happen. Here's Cade Wallace, second down 9. We got 2 guys in motion, penalty flag against the Tigers. Play center gets a good run out of it, too. Cade Wallace out to the 35-yard line, but they're going to bring this back. Both wingbacks went in motion at the same time.
Yeah, Cade Wallace picked up about 14 yards on that run. It's the biggest run by far for the Tigers tonight, maybe for any team. But we had both wingbacks in motion at the same time, and the flag didn't come out for a while. I said, uh-oh, and then I'm thinking, well, he didn't see it.
We both saw it.
Yeah, pretty soon the white hat pulled out the flag.
So they'll move it back 5 yards, still second down. Now 4:19 to go first half. No score in this opening half. Tigers with the football, but they're back at their own 16 now. Second down, 15 to go. Tyler Young, the wingback right. Adam Ebert to the left side. Cade Wallace getting the call from the sideline. Wide right, Lane Libby. Wide left is Balin Brumfield. Young in motion, right to left. Ball is on the ground. Marysville dives on it. Cade Wallace pulled out of there quickly, wanting to pitch it. The Tigers do end up keeping the football, and so it'll be recovered by Clay Center. I think Gabe Ware got on top of that, but it's going to be third down now and long, and the rain comes down heavier now, Chet. Yeah. It's crazy night.
A while ago, we thought it was coming down heavier than it was.
Wow!
It just stepped up triple. Third and 17, we had a penalty for 5 yards, and then a fumble, so we held onto the ball. Third and very, very long.
Third down, 17 to go, 3:19 to work. Cade Wallace. Ebert goes in motion. They'll hand off underneath again. Nowhere to go for Gabe Ware, and the Tigers will be forced to punt again. And this just in, across the street at Hutch Mayrath, I do see the arc pulling up and animals lining up 2 by 2 this evening at this point.
You had to be leaning over and looking on there. What's going on?
2:52 to work. Yeah, it's a big one, as expected. All right, our last now back inside his own 5-yard line, kids. He stands at his 3 to receive this snap on a wet, froggy night here at the Den. Tigers face the 4th down and long. The snap on its way. A good one, but bobble. Now picked up. He gets it away. Pretty good kick under the conditions, and now he gets a great Tiger bounce across the 50-yard line. That's from inside the 3. That's a sophomore, Chet, that receives the punt or the snap, drops it, picks it up, and then boots one away in pretty good fashion that time.
Absolutely. I wanted to say the first thing they need to do is have a successful exchange between the center and Connor Last. And it was a great snap, but it's a wet ball, and he's back on his own 3-yard line. It goes through his hands and falls to the ground. All of a sudden, he's in a panic, and he got away a very short punt, but he got a good roll out of it.
What crowd is here? You may hear cheering. You may be able to. That's because the rain just got heavier here at the Den. Here's a handoff to Warnick underneath. He is hit by Gabe Ware and then brought down. You can see Warnick, both hands wrapped around that wet football to hang on to it, but a good hit and tackle by the hick from the 6, Gabe Ware, now with 2:10 to go here in the opening half.
Usually when Gabe Ware hits you, when he's coming on defense, he's normally going to hit you somewhere in the bottom 60% of your body.
Right.
That time, all the contact was up high because that was the only position he was in. And so they kind of collided, bounced off of each other, and then came back together, and Gabe finished the tackle.
Second down 10, Brenninger. That shotgun snap could be dangerous with this wet weather. Warnick bounces off one tackle, but Hunter Mullen will not let him get away. The bulldozer takes him down after a gain of 3 with 1:40 now left in the half. It's second down and 7. The football just edged across the midfield to try for Marysville.
A nice sure tackle by Hunter there, and he was bouncing out around this right side. And Hunter didn't have a lot of help on defense if it got past Hunter. So a very sure tackle by Hunter on the corner.
Minute 23 to work. I don't know if coaches look at radars on the sideline. Both teams might be thinking, let's get to halftime and see if this thing clears out at all. Third down, 7 to go. Hand off, Warnick again underneath. And he'll slide forward short of the first down. He is tackled by Dylan Carlson underneath. It'll be 4th down and 3 to go. Football at the Tiger 45 with 55 seconds left. This could change Marysville's decision-making.
Yeah.
Short time, and at the Tiger 45-yard line.
Yeah, there's no punt going on here.
44 to work. Bulldogs do line up to go for it on 4th down and 3 to go. The snap is there. Handoff, Warnick again. Pushes forward, has the first down. He's to the Tiger 40-yard line. Now with 30 seconds left, and they'll stop the clock to move the chains. We'll see if the Bulldogs burn a timeout or just keep it going. And again, the rain keeps coming down in waves here at the Den.
Al Whitehead did not waste any time restarting the clock either. Did you notice that? They were about halfway down.
I agree. Officials, everybody wants to get out of these elements. 15 seconds. Marysville only has a play or two at best to run. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 40. Brenninger from the gun. He will hand it off to Warnick. Hit right in the middle. Dylan Carlson, the first contact. 2 seconds left, and we do get a timeout now taken by the Bulldogs, so obviously they want to take one final play, maybe a throw downfield at the buzzer to see if they can make something happen.
I don't know. It's kind of odd.
I thought so, too, to take that timeout right here with 2 seconds left. We'll break as well. The finish to the first half coming your way from the Den after this.
If you took a lot of pictures over the summer, print them off, make copies for family and friends, or enlarge your favorites. It's fast and easy with the photo stations at Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack. You can print from your phone, Facebook, camera memory cards, and USB thumb drives. The helpful staff at Patterson's will be glad to help get you started. Save and share those precious memories. Use the picture stations at Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack, downtown Clay Center.
Back once again in the Den. Clay Center Tigers, Marysville Bulldogs, scoreless through the first half of play with 2 seconds now remaining before we head to the halftime locker room break. So the Bulldogs take the timeout. It'll be Marysville at the Tiger 40-yard line.
Tigers in a prevent defense for sure.
See if Marysville takes a shot downfield or if they just kind of wrap it up and head to halftime. Now the ball's on the ground, and that's going to end the half. So no score through the first half of play. Clay Center Tigers, Marysville Bulldogs on Homecoming Football Friday. We're going to go to halftime. We have a couple of interviews. We have Todd Rice coming up. We have Tyler Young, Dylan Carlson. Chad, if you need to, you'll take over. Yep, I'm headed down in the rain, okay? All right, good luck.
Hey, Todd here, and we just received 31 refrigerators from Whirlpool, and man, are they in nice shape. Stop in and see for yourself if you are thinking of a new appliance and save big. We also are expecting a shipment from General Electric, so the selection will be incredible. Stop in at 423 Lincoln Avenue in beautiful downtown Clay Center, open 7 days a week for you.
For students looking for stress-free, convenient banking, the Citizens National Bank offers a student checking account. When you open your student checking account with CNB, you'll have all the benefits to make banking easy, such as a debit card, online banking with e-alerts, and mobile banking with a branded CNB app. Your smartphone is a great tool to access your account and monitor your daily transactions and balance. Stop by after class and look into the student checking at the Citizens National Bank in Clay Center. Member FDIC.
When you see the Ray's Apple Market label on products from the deli department, you know they're the freshest breads, pies, pastries, salads, vegetables, and fruits you can find. They're made for great taste, not a long shelf life. The deli department professionals enjoy personalizing your special orders on cakes and cookies. You won't find their signatures on their masterpieces, but they're genuine works of art. If you're looking for freshness, shop the deli and bakery department at Ray's Apple Market.
This harvest, producers that planted one of the high-quality wheat varieties or a blend from oldie seed are recording significantly better yield results. Varieties like Hot Rod, WB 4458, and WB Cedar are high-yielding wheat varieties that deliver exceptional yields and good test weights. If you want the highest quality seed, make it a point to plant an oldie seed wheat variety or blend this fall. Call Oldie Seed at 877-692-4555.
Halftime is here, and we'll get a chance to air a conversation we had earlier in the week with three Tigers. Head coach Todd Rice. We'll also have Tyler Young and Dylan Carlson joining us here at halftime. Right now, we start with the head coach of the Tigers, Todd Rice.
2 straight wins for you guys, impressive wins, one on the road. You come home and win against Chapman, who had been undefeated coming into that game.
Yeah.
I want to talk about 19 points in the opening quarter of that contest and how your guys just kind of got it going and then kept it going.
Yeah, it was real important to come out. You know, we kind of set the tone with that first drive, a long, methodical drive that we went and punched in, and then came back and created some turnovers, and then not just to get them, but to finish with it, you know, really got that momentum going early for us.
One of the really cool stats we had from the last 2 ball games, I think it's now 6 turnovers you guys have forced, and you've scored on every one of them dating back to Rock Creek. I mean, that's huge.
Really, that is, because you get that sudden change that you talk about in football, and then you got to capitalize with it and make something happen.
We've had some real electric plays to the first 3 weeks of the season. On Friday night, Brady Milliken forces the fumble, recovers the fumble, and then boom, 1 play later, he catches a touchdown pass. That was awesome.
I told him, I said, man, it would have been a lot of fun to be number 12 through that sequence of getting the tackle on the kickoff, forcing the fumble, getting the recovery, and then lining up and catching his first high school touchdown. What a great sequence for him.
It's a season for a lot of people. He got it done in one night. Peyton Lane, the sophomore, gets the start, a scoop and score of 62 yards. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was awesome. And, you know, you look at that play, I mean, I had another coach ask me, hopefully we'll get those turnovers from them. We caused quite a few of those. On that play, our outside linebacker, Hunter Mullen, took out the lead blocker, which ran into the pitch guy. So when the quarterback pitched the ball, he pitched it into space. And then, Mr. Lane did not hesitate, and he had some real interesting blocking on that convoy, too.
Yeah, some great blocking, and then it looked like they were going to have an angle and he just kind of left him. Maybe the adrenaline kicked him on into the end zone on that one. Marysville this week. It's a team that's been improving over the last 3 years in particular, and Coach Hoyer's come in there and done a great job. They got their first win in game 1. They've lost the last 2, but this is a different Bulldog team than you've seen in a while.
It is, and they have a real strong junior class, and our guys know a lot of their players and stuff. And, the first win, the week 1, then they came back and played Abilene. That was 21-0, and they battled them till the end. It was 7-0 a half in that game. And then last week with Walmega was a very close game late again. So we totally expect these guys to come in and battle.
Homecoming week, always a fun and interesting and kind of a challenge, I know, for coaches to make your way through it. Okay, we end with Tiger Trivia. You ready again? Okay. 3 quick-fire questions. Homecoming week is here. When you were in high school, at the homecoming dance, were you getting after it on the floor, or are you too cool to do that dancing stuff?
I did dance, and unfortunately had the disco shirt like everybody else.
Excellent, very good. Number 2, if you need to update something on a phone, computer, tablet at home, can you take care of it, or are you calling Melissa in to take care of it?
Actually, my 5-year-old, probably a little more high-tech. Remember, I'm the flip phone guy, so that enough said.
Very good. And who is your favorite TV detective?
TV detective?
Any era?
Well, Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry, you can't go wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
Coach Todd Rice here at halftime. Stay tuned. More tough questions for the Tigers. Dylan Carlson is on the way next.
If you've been waiting for low interest rates to get a vehicle, Hanson Ford has some incredible incentives on 2015 certified pre-owned vehicles. A 1.9% APR for up to 66 months is available on Ford Escape, F-150, Focus, and Fusion. Or get a 0.9% APR for 36 months on all eligible Ford and Mercury vehicles. Now through September 30th is your chance to drive away in a select Ford certified pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. Rates are low and the selection is outstanding at Hanson Ford and Clay Center.
Girton Propane has provided quality service and employment opportunities for over 60 years. Girton is always on the lookout for exceptional company and owner-operator drivers to join their team. If you're a top-notch driver, call Andy at 800-232-0170. Girton transports liquid commodities throughout the 48 states with an emphasis in the Midwest. Girton is committed to excellence, safety, and quality service. Join the Girton team. Call 800-232-0170.
What's next after harvest? Central Valley Ag suggests fall weed control.
Some of those weeds are winter annual weeds, and the best time for us to get a hold of those is by controlling those in the fall.
CVA agronomist Mike Swingman says getting rid of weed patches now can add profit next year.
So you have a clean seed bed to start next year.
Clean fields mean better yields. Control your weeds this fall for a better harvest next year. Contact Central Valley Ag right away.
Central Valley Ag, where the customer comes first.
We again get a chance to talk with a couple of the Tiger seniors. We have Dylan Carlson with us right now, part of the anchor of that big offensive line and a defensive line, and a team that's won 2 very impressive wins. Dylan, as you go through this season, three games into it, 2-1 now with 2 straight wins, do you have a moment that really stands out that's maybe a favorite, whether it be in a game, in a practice, a certain play, anything really stand out to you?
Just like playing with teammates and just being with everybody, cheering them up. And
those are great memories. That's what high school football is really all about. In fact, I will tell you that a lot of times we get to call the names of the linebackers, maybe the defensive end every once in a while. There's somebody in there that's crashing in and disrupting everything on the offense from the other team. It's this guy right here, maybe the direct current, Dylan Carlson, on the defensive side of the football. Okay, we do Tiger Trivia now, Dylan. It's 3 questions. Could be about anything. First one's about homecoming week, okay? The pep rally car smash took place. It was just a couple of nights ago. Which Tiger swung the best sledgehammer?
Honestly, I think Gabe Ware swung it pretty dang good. Put a dent in the hood.
He was the guy answered that nobody wanted to get hit by the first time we did the show, and he also swung the best sledgehammer. Very good. Okay, name the most recent TV show that you binge watched.
Friday Night Lights. I've been watching that for quite a while.
I just finished Friday Night Lights. I never watched it when it was live. It's actually a pretty good show. All right, last question. Do you have any pets? If so, what are they? And what are their names?
I got a dog named Molly. soon to have puppies probably, and that ought to be a chore.
Sounds like a lot of fun. New additions to the family in the Carlson household. So, Dylan, thanks a lot. Best of luck on homecoming Friday night. Got a great roll going with this team.
That was Dylan Carlson. Up next, Tyler Young.
Twin Valley is proud to announce their free Twin Valley Wi-Fi zone, available to all fans at Unruh Stadium. With Twin Valley Wi-Fi, you can share the moments from the game with all your friends and family. Listen to the game on the KCLY app, post Instagram pics, tweet updates of the game, and update Facebook all for free without using your valuable cellular data. Enjoy the game and go Tigers from your friends at Twin Valley.
Home sweet home. It's everything you've dreamt of until the water heater breaks down, the roof needs replaced, the picket fence takes a hit, a pipe bursts, and the basement floods. Whew. That's when you call your friends at United Bank and Trust. With years of lending experience and a few home ownership hurdles of their own, they can help make it a home sweet home again with a home sweet loan. Home improvement loans from United Bank and Trust. You bank, we deliver. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I was straightening shelves in central office when in marched
G.I. Joe reporting for duty, sir.
Excuse me?
I'm here to represent your cleaning and break room products, sir.
Oh, you mean our high-quality, genuine Joe products. Paper towels, trash bags, mops, plates, cups, and more, all at great savings.
It's not G.I. Joe products?
I'm afraid not.
My mistake, sir. Have a good day, sir.
For all your break room and cleaning supplies, come see us at Central Office in Clay Center.
Back on halftime, now joined by senior Tyler Young.
Some kind of start to this season. Touchdown runs of 70 and 80 yards already to his credit this year. And as we watch these ball games go down and you get that pitch from Cade going on the outside, what do you see? I don't understand. I don't have speed. I never got to run the football like that in high school. Tell me what you look for when you do get outside.
What I'm looking for when I get outside, you're looking just for green grass. And when you have Adam Ebert blocking for you and your wide receivers, X and Y's blocking for you, it's a good deal. If you just see a hole, just hit it and hit as hard as you can, just run.
And how soon do you know, on those two long runs for touchdowns, how soon did you know this is mine? I'm taking it home.
As soon as you see that big hole and you see guys making blocks like that, I mean, just get a good feeling, just start running. Just put your head down and start running, run as hard as you can. But
it's been fun to watch T-Money get outside and get it down the field. Okay, quick Tiger trivia for you. Number one, it's hard to catch this guy. Is there a Clay Center Tiger that can catch you? And if so, who is it?
I think the closest person would be Adam Ebert. Yeah.
Blocks for him and tracks him down occasionally in practice. Okay, who's your favorite superhero?
Oh, man. I don't know. Superman, I guess, yeah.
Superman. Feel like Superman, I'll bet, running down the field sometimes. What movie at theaters right now would you most like to see?
I'm not sure what's in theaters right now, honestly.
That means he's watching game film and he's not worried about what's at the movie theater, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, very good. T-Money, Tyler Young, keep it going, okay, man? It's been some great stuff for the Tigers the last 2 weeks.
Our thanks to T-Money for joining us at halftime, Dylan Carlson and Coach Todd Rice from earlier in this week. You can find those interviews on our YouTube page, the KCLY YouTube page, and see the video of those interviews that took place earlier in the week. Halftime will continue in just a moment.
A new Farmway Co-op diesel fueling site opened in Clay Center at 516 6th Street, bringing a convenient, safe, and familiar Farmway fueling experience to the entire community. The diesel fuel site is open 24/7 with a Farmway fuel card or any major credit card. Customers can also use a Farmway fuel card at Bud's Tire and Ray's Apple Market, both fuel partners with Farmway Co-op. Farmway invites fleets and consumers in the area to experience it today.
Your partner in growth. Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
Did the recent storm cause damage to your roof? Call Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia now to have a member of our team provide an estimate to restore your roof. Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has been replacing and installing commercial and residential roofs for over 35 years. You can trust the Geisler team to get the job done right.
When it's time to upgrade your machinery, add livestock, or expand your acreage, come see us at Union State Bank.
Our roots are in agriculture, and we understand the complexity of agribusiness. We know your future depends on the quality of assistance you have from your bank, and we can provide the financial support needed to make your operation run smoothly. Our loans are tailored to your situation and come with competitive rates and payment options. Come see Keith, Galen, or Brandon and let Union State Bank be your bank. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Back once again in Clay Center, the Den. The rain continues to fall. I got a chance to be down on that field tonight, Chad.
I know.
And I'm telling you right now, I would have liked to have gone out and I'd rather hit somebody than get hit, but you know what I mean. It is one of those nights where it's fun to play football, and the Tigers, I think, in the second half may need to just have a little fun. You and I were talking during the break, and by the way, our thanks to Coach Todd Rice for always working with us to get those interviews, and you can see them on our KCLY YouTube page. And Tyler Young and Dylan Carlson, you know, those student athletes come in and they don't know what to expect when we start to do these interviews, and they play along and they do a great job with it. I really do appreciate what they do. But we were talking during the break, Chad, that this second half, the Tigers, and maybe Marysville too, I think it's safe to say, neither team wants to make that really bad mistake.
Yeah.
And I understand with these type of conditions, but it may be time to just kind of go out and have some fun now.
Yeah, and I don't like my first key now, where I said weather's no excuse, the goal is no turnovers. It's exactly what I watched out there. It was like, instead of trying to go out and win a game, you're trying to not lose a game. And we're seeing that on both sides of the ball. You know, somebody's going to have to just take a risk to try to make something happen. And the Marysville, I kept talking about this, the Marysville defense is sucking in tighter and tighter and tighter. Their deepest defensive back is like 6 yards off the line of scrimmage. We got to open that up somehow.
So there's two options for that. You mentioned during the closing of the first half, throw the ball possibly.
Yep.
And I said, or open up your offense so that third option can happen. Because what the Tigers have done, and boy, brilliant minds way beyond you and I may have thought about this already on a rainy night against the Bulldogs, punch that middle with Gabe Ware until the second half rolls around and they do tighten up, and you have a chance to throw to Lane Lively, Phelan Brumfield, 6 yards down the field, let them churn up some yardage, or eventually get that pitch out to an Adam Ebert or a Tyler Young or whoever it may be.
Absolutely. You know, you're not only being conservative by not passing, you're also not pitching.
Right.
You know, and so what you're talking about is that third option on that offense. So I think both sides of the ball we're going to see a little bit more freedom in the second half, because why not? Absolutely, why not?
You made a great point early in the game when we were talking about the two different teams. Marysville throws the ball quite a bit. What was your number of percentage?
About 30% of the time coming in.
They've thrown one time tonight.
I know.
So both teams is trying to protect the football, and we understand. It is one of those nights you cannot give it up. Marysville's already coughed up one on a great hit by Gabe Ware and a recovery from Adam Ebert. This game could go anywhere from here. The rain's still falling. The track has not gotten any more secure than it was early in this football game.
No, absolutely not. For more than 2 decades, I have had the honor of sharing this booth with you, and I think almost every time when we come out of halftime, I say it's 0-0. Well, this time it really is. You're right, and it may be the first time that has come to fruition here at the Tigers Den. So, hey, we're going to take one timeout, kickoff for the second half coming up next.
If you've ever heard your grandma say, "A penny saved is a penny earned," you probably understood the principle behind what she was saying. Even a small amount of savings on each grocery item can add up to a significant amount for your family. That's why Ray's Apple Market gives you the best choice of private labels among all the others. You can find Best Choice and Always Save products throughout the store. And Ray's Apple Market is always looking for ways to give you the value and selection you expect.
Levi Fitzenmeyer on the kick. This is only the second kickoff of the game. The opening kick and now the opening kick to the second half.
Yeah, we've had the Clay Center's punted 4 times. Marysville's punted 3 times, and they fumbled once.
So the Tigers' Levi Fitzenmeyer will give the tasty pastry kickoff to begin the second half. Again, rain continues to fall. The kickoff on its way, taken to the 22-yard line, return through the middle. Bulldogs have a little avenue, trip up on the play by Gavin Ware. It didn't save a touchdown, but it had to have saved another 15 yards on every turn.
Yeah, it was a really good low hit by Gavin, and there was another helper coming in for the Tigers, and I think it might have been Peyton Lane, but that was such a good low hit by Gavin that Peyton flew clear over that whole contact.
You said it also at the beginning of this football game, Chet. On a night like this, and we thought the rain might let up, and obviously that's not going to happen. But if you're winning, this game gets really, really fun.
Yeah.
I think both teams are kind of waiting to see who's going to have the most fun tonight as this evening goes along. Here's Brinegar from the gun. Once again, that's their normal formation. Hand off to Warnick underneath. Hunter Mullen, Dylan Carlson on the attack. Lane Libby comes to help out. Jace Casper in there as well. A gain of 3 on the first down play for the Marysville Bulldogs.
I always thought, of course, I was slow and, small, but I always thought it was a lot more fun to play defense on a night like this than to play offense. But if you have some speed and you get out there on a corner and you get some secure footing, that could get real fun, I would think, too.
Second down, 7. Marysville, a little counterplay from right to left, and a hit near the line of scrimmage. That is Gavin Ware again on the tackle. Adam Ebert kind of helped finish it off again of 2, maybe 3 yards. Third down and 5. I hate to feed the ego, but we often talk about former Tiger football players, Tiger legends, I like to call them. I remember a game on the road at Rock Creek a few years back, Royal Valley a few years back. We need a Luke Schlegel, one of the greatest mutters to ever play for the Tigers on a football field.
Yeah,
he had a night, didn't he?
In a game like this, you find your mutters. And I haven't seen a mutter develop yet tonight, but
really on either
one
side.
Come out, yeah.
Low snap gathered. It is Bryant Brinegar takes it himself. He is going to get to the 49-yard line. It'll be 4th down, still a couple to go. Bulldogs in their own end of the field. Let's see if they go for it or if they will punt it away. Now, the Tigers, same situation earlier, almost the same yardage on 4th down, tried to draw the Bulldogs offside. Both teams burned a timeout. The Bulldogs are taking their time to go to the line of scrimmage, and I think they're going to go for it here on 4th down and a long 2.
It looks like they are. They're almost to midfield. We've been trading punts all night long. Something's got to happen, and they're maybe taking the first shot at trying to make something happen.
4th down, a couple to go. Bulldogs line up to go for it, still out of the shotgun. Brinegar waits the snap. It is there. They are going to go for it. Brinegar runs it. He is hit near the line of scrimmage. It appears they have stopped him, and the Tigers appear to have taken over the midfield stripe. Big-time surge inside by Gabe Ware and Jace Casper, those 2 middle linebackers, and the defensive line crashing in. They have stopped the Bulldogs on 4th down.
And when you take over at midfield and you stop a team on 4th down, that could be some momentum swing there for the Tiger offense.
Last time the Tigers had a turnover was last week against Chapman. It was on a kickoff. The very next play, they went up top, and Brady Milliken scored his first career Tiger football touchdown on a 35-yard pass from Cade Wallace. Get the Tigers stretch it out here at all. Wallace under center, Ware behind him. Wallace rolls out right, wanted to pass, fires out in the flats, and it is caught on a dive by Balin Brumfield. That's a 5, maybe 6-yard gain. Wallace put it out there, and Brumfield comes up with a big-time catch. And Chet Carlson said, you got to throw in the flats where they're playing off the line.
Oh, man, we got it. Now look at the defense. All of a sudden, they're twice as deep as they had been that entire second quarter of play.
2nd down, we'll call it 4. Milliken, the receiver, right. Tigers have a receiver wide left as well. That is Balin Brumfield. 2 wingbacks, Ebert and Young, with Ware behind Cade Wallace. 2nd down. Wallace turns left. He's going to keep it himself. Now falls forward and gains maybe a yard where his knee made contact with the turf. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Oh, that was a whisker, wasn't it? I mean, that was very, very close to being a good 10-yard gain. Just got tripped up turning that corner.
3rd down, still 4 yards to go. May have got a yard out of the play, but it was a short yard at best. Same formation for the Tigers. Ebert left wing, Young the right side wing. The offensive line for the Tigers, Folks and Casper to the right, Blackburn and Carlson to the left, and Melius is the center. Here's Wallace, pitch out left, Tyler Young gets a block from Ebert, now cuts it up the field. Short yardage gain, though, maybe 2 yards, It'll be fourth down, still 3 to go for the Tigers.
Well, in these first 3 plays of the second half for the Tigers, we've seen 2 things we didn't see in the first half. We saw a pass,
right,
and we saw a pitch.
Fourth down and 3. It's at the Bulldogs 43-yard line. They need the 40 for first down. They will line up to punt it, try to play a little field position right now. Fourth down and 3. It's Carlson looking for the fake. It is Lane Lively who is the blocking back if they do choose to do something of that nature. Snap is there. Last boots it away. It's going to bounce at the 20. Now roll forward to the 15. Almost went into the punt return for Brenniger. He dodged out of the way, but that's a really nice punt and a good flip of the field, the common term now, to get it inside the 15-yard line.
Well, I've got a potential mutter going on here because Connor Last must have done better in this kind of weather than any other time. He's been doing well tonight.
He really has, and we don't keep the stats, but just his number of punts of quality might be our stat of the game before it's all said and done.
Good job, Connor.
7:29 to work, third quarter. Marysville with the football inside their own 15-yard line. And it will be a handoff to Warnick underneath. Ebert corrals him, drives him backwards, and no gain on the play. Well, maybe a yard gain. It'll be second down and 9. Adam Ebert with a stop that time. The atom bomb making the play right at the line of scrimmage. A gain of maybe a yard by Warnick. 7:08 to work. We're in the third quarter. No score here on Homecoming Football Friday. Second down, we'll call it 9. It is a less than a yard gain on that first down carry. Brenniger, low snap, has it. Hands off again to Warnick, right side, and nowhere to go. Tigers all over the place. Dylan Carlson, Garrett Craig in on the play. It'll be a gain of maybe another half yard. We'll call it third down and 9.
When you're playing on the interior of that defense like that, and even as the interior linebackers, and you start getting some stops like that, and they're big stops. The last 2 plays have both been big stops. You start cheating about half a yard, half a step all the time because you get there just a little bit sooner. It just depends on the play calls here by Marysville.
Third down, 9. Crowd that's here trying to make some noise. Brenniger's going to take it himself. He has hit. Gabe Ware makes the tackle. It'll be a short yardage gain. The Bulldogs will be forced to punt from deep in their own end.
Oh, it's a good stop by the Tigers. You know, Marysville probably started this possession with their worst field position of the night, and the Tigers got them on a 3-and-out. That's a big stat, too, right there.
Fourth down and 4. The football was moved to the 20, but well short of first down, and the Bulldogs will punt it. 5:45 remains in this third period. No score here on this Football Friday. The punter inside his own 10. The snap low one picks it up. The kick is away. Line drive kick. Hunter Mullen retreats. It's over his head. He'll track it down back at the 30-yard line. Now starts his return. Tries to make one man miss. His spin move, unable to get away from the tackle that time of the Bulldogs. That was Gabe Mitchell, who made a really nice tackle in the open field against the dangerous Hunter Mullen.
Yeah, and Hunter had a little bit of space back there to try to take care of the ball and take care of field position. It's a ball where if anybody would have been back there from Marysville, you want him to get away from the ball, but he didn't have to worry about that as long as it didn't take a bad bounce at the last second. He was able to gather it in and at least save maybe 5-10 yards of field position for the Tigers.
5:23 to work. We're in the third period. Tigers back with the football now at their own 34-yard line. First down and 10. Milliken, the receiver, to the right side. Brumfield off to the left.
Go up top.
Wallace under center. Hand off underneath. Gabe Ware. Not much there. Short yardage gain. And actually no gain. Back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Clock ticking. 5:12 to work, third period. Rain still falling.
I think that skinny post is so there, because you don't need much of a drop on that. And Marysville's defense has almost given that up. The one that Brady Milliken took for a touchdown last week.
After the fumble that he forced and recovered on the kickoff. Second down 10. Tight formation left. Hand off underneath again. Gabe Ware. This is Adam Ebert with the carry, And again, short yardage, maybe a yard at best. Third down, still 9 to go.
Well, the rain had just let up here a little bit at the beginning of the third quarter, but it's found its intensity again.
It has been one of those nights where the cell has just sat over Auto Wonder Stadium almost, it seems like. 3rd down and 9. Lane Libby, the receiver, left. Mullen entered a wing back. Ebert, the tailback, behind Cade Wallace, and Tyler Young is a wing back to the right side. Milliken, the receiver, right. Wallace, 3rd down and long. In motion goes Young. They'll fake the pitch. Wallace fires out right side and overthrows Adam Ebert. He had 2 Bulldog defenders in his face when they let it go. It'll be 4th down and long.
I like the play call, and I like the effort on both the side of Cade Wallace and Adam Ebert there, but that is a very, very difficult play. But the reason I like it is because it is difficult enough. If they complete that, they're going to pick up a little bit of yardage.
It'll be 4th down and 9. Connor Last back on again to punt it. The snap awaits. It is there. The kick is away, and another good one from the sophomore. It's going to bounce and really run now with the Tigers. It'll put Marysville back at their own 29-yard line. And I'm going to say the stat of the game, Chad, without referencing, is Connor Last, and not just that he's punted that many times, but the quality of punts.
Quality of punts, but he's done a good job of taking care of the snap. And the long snapper's just doing a good job of getting the ball back to him.
The catch of the game. Right, he catch the long snap in these conditions, for that matter. Well, 1st down and 10. 3:52 to work. Bulldogs with it. They marked it at the 30-yard line, so that's where the Bulldogs will take over. Receiver wide right side. Peyton Lane up in press coverage there. Brenniger, low snap, has it. Bulldogs his way forward, gets maybe a yard or two, and with both these teams just trying to find the right time to spring something right now. Everything else has been ball control, clock ticking. Same situation there for the Bulldogs. When's one going to break through?
Absolutely right. And how many tackles tonight has it been the duo of Gabe Ware and Dylan Carlson? And again on that play, that's who the 2 were.
2nd down 9. Again, 3:20. We're already nearing the end of the 3rd quarter here on this homecoming 2015. Brenniger with Warnick beside him. 2 receivers now staggered left, one to the right side. Brenniger, long wait before he hands it off. Late handoff. Actually, Brenniger keeps it and maybe gets a yard. The Tigers didn't care who had it. They just went and tackled everybody.
Absolutely right. That was so cool. You know, he rode it in the belly there for a little while, and we couldn't tell if he was going to pull it out and take it himself or leave it in there. The Tigers just tackled both of them.
3rd down, 6 to go. 2:45 to work, 3rd quarter. Do have a score for the Abilene Cowboys here in a moment. They're matched up tonight. All NCKL action. They are hosting Concordia this evening. 3rd down, 6 to go. Bulldogs. Warnick, though. Brenniger breaks free to the middle. Lane Libby's going to try to track him down. Brenniger to the open field in the 25. Help coming from Tyler Young as well. Brenniger takes it all the way to the Tiger 20-yard line on 3rd and 6. That was the play we wondered when it would happen and for who the Bulldogs get the first big break.
He got a little steam in there, and he took off to the races. And Lane Libby showed me some speed there.
No
he caught him. And Tyler Young was coming across field, too, but not before he picked up a lot of yards, moved the ball down to the 19-yard line.
And Brenniger can move, and Magic Libby was able to save the touchdown, then got some help from Tyler Young. Brenniger has to be winded right now as he receives the snap. He will keep it himself, though, right through the middle and punched by Jace Casper. It's a gain of maybe 2, 2nd down and 8. For those who may not know, by the way, Dustin Hoyer, the head coach for the Marysville Bulldogs, we know that name very well on KCOY because we've had a chance to follow the Hanover Wildcats. His brother coaches the Wildcats, and they are state ranked once again and very strong. That's part of the reason we really felt Marysville would be on the climb back up when Coach Hoyer came in, and they certainly are. 2nd down and 8 after a 2-yard gain on that 1st down carry. Brenniger, a senior, this time hands off to Warnick, caught by Mullen, and now the Tigers will finish off the ball carrier at about the 15-yard line. It's a gain of another 2, 3rd down, 6 yards to go.
Well, a big old run by Brenniger on that 3rd down play a while ago. Moved the ball all the way down to the 19-yard line. The Tigers have their back against the wall here, but 3rd and 6. They've made 2 good stops on the first 2 downs.
We certainly can't flash a graphic on TV right now, but Chet, we've only seen one turnover in this football game thus far.
Right.
3rd down, 6, 1 minute to go, 3rd period. Brenninger waits the snap in the shotgun, and we have a penalty flag down. It appears to be against the Bulldogs, and they'll move them back 5 yards. Huge penalty against Marysville in the situation they're sitting in.
All of a sudden, they're sitting on 3rd and 11 from the 20, and that's a big penalty. There's only been 3 penalties in this game.
I was just going to bring that up, yeah.
All 3 are, well, at least those 3 are penalties. We don't have our stat guy. But 3 of those procedure-type penalties against Marysville, all at critical time.
3rd down, now at 11. Brenninger, handoff, Warnick, right side. Brenninger takes it up the middle, and there's a holding call. At least that's what I believe will be the call. Brenninger gets to the end zone, but there was a flag right where Brenninger broke free. It was a late pull-out by Brenninger to his running back, Warnick, and this is a hold against the Bulldogs. 2 back-to-back monster penalty flags against Marysville here.
And it was the key holding. Sometimes coaches get so frustrated because there's a penalty so far from the play. It had no effect on the play. That holding made that play. That holding created that touchdown, and that flag was very definite. It came in very early. So that's another key penalty. It's the 4th penalty on Marysville that I can think of. Three procedure penalties and then a big holding penalty. Clay Center did have that earlier. 2 wingbacks.
3rd down, 16. Brenninger. And he keeps it again right up the middle. Tigers do a good job to hold him after a gain of maybe 6 or 7. He was hit by Parker Folks. We've called his name a bunch tonight, haven't we?
Oh, we absolutely have.
4th down, 13. 13 seconds. Marysville may not run a play before we head to the 4th quarter.
What a big deal to wipe 6 points off the board with a holding penalty.
Yeah, instead of 6-0 and an extra point coming, the holding call made it 3rd and long, and now 4th down, 13. We are headed to the final 12 minutes here in the Den. Scoreless on Homecoming 2015. We're back in just a moment.
If you've been waiting for low interest rates to get a vehicle, Hanson Ford has some incredible incentives on 2015 certified pre-owned vehicles. A 1.9% APR for up to 66 months is available on Ford Escape, F-150, Focus, and Fusion. Or get a 0.9% APR for 36 months on all eligible Ford and Mercury vehicles. Now through September 30th is your chance to drive away in a select Ford certified pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. Rates are low and the selection is outstanding at Hanson Ford in Clay Center.
Marty here at Bud's Tire Service. Fall is the perfect time to get out there and kick up some dirt, so dust off your wallets and get a $50 or $70 MasterCard rewards card when you buy a set of 4 new select BF Goodrich tires. Hurry, offer only valid August 31st to September 27th. Like the Tiger football team, we are ready to kick off the fall right here at Bud's Tire Service. See redemption form for complete details. Void where prohibited. Reward card issued by U.S. Bank pursuant to license from MasterCard International Incorporated.
Back once again here in the Den, and the rain has just continued to open up. You think it's maybe letting up, and then it finds another gear, it seems like, Chet.
Oh, absolutely right. It's getting a little bit less green out there in the middle of the field and a lot more brown and black out there in the middle of the field. And until the last half of this 3rd quarter, the entire game's taking place between the 30s and between the hash marks. Marysville has stretched it in a little bit this time.
4th down, 13. Football at the Clay Center Tiger 22-yard line. Marysville will go for it on 4th and 13. Brenninger and Warnick sends 2 receivers out left, 1 slotted. And now they'll bring that slot receiver over to the right side instead. So 2 receivers right, a wingback left, and 1 receiver. And Brenninger back to pass. Penalty flags everywhere. Pass incomplete to the right sideline. But we've got flags, 3 different yellow flags on the field.
There might be more than 1 infraction on this because 2 came at the same time and 1 came a lot later.
So the officials now will talk things over. Marysville went for a pass play on 4th and 13. We have procedure against the Bulldogs, declined, and it will be Clay Center's football. That is the only infraction there was, so 3 flags for the same call, and the Tigers take over. We're still scoreless.
Absolutely right, and the penalties tonight have been costly to in almost every situation. Every time Marysville had a procedure penalty, it cost them dearly. Basically a possession of the ball, it cost them a touchdown, and here it cost them a possession.
This drive alone, every penalty cost them here.
they had, 3 or 4 in this drive alone.
A holding, two procedures. Yeah, it's big time. Tigers get the football back. Still no score here on your Football Friday. Hunter Mullen goes in motion left to right. Handoff underneath. No, that is going to be Gabe Ware with the carry. And again, a short yardage play. Tigers trying to find some room to pound through the middle. And I said where that's Adam Ebert with the carry. It will be a back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, second down 10. 11:35 to work. Balin Brumfield comes wide left. Brady Milliken off to the right side. Ebert behind Wallace. Young and Mullen are the wingbacks.
Well, sometimes we come up a little short in our goals, and we didn't score 5 before the fourth quarter.
We take one before the game's over right now for the Tigers. Here's a handoff again underneath. Okay, Wallace keeps it out to the left side. Tyler Young fighting for extra yards. Actually gets across the 25. Will pick up about 5 yards. It brings up third down.
We're putting that ball in the air just a little bit more. Not always a pass, but we're making pitches that we weren't making earlier in the game.
Boy, good footwork and handwork by Cade Wallace, because he had me fooled twice. Yeah. I thought he had given it, thought he had kept it, ended up pitching it. Third down, 5 to go. A long 5 with the Tigers. They stand at their own 27-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Milliken off to the right side. The short side of the field is left. That's where Balin Brumfield is standing. Tigers look at the wristbands. They have the call. Wallace under center. Looks out to the right side. Directs traffic. Now pitches out right for Hunter Mullen. Breaks one tackle. He's hit again, but breaks that tackle. Dives forward. Looks like he may have the first down. It'll depend on the spot. He's very close. And now they're going to mark him, just short maybe. They may have to measure.
And this is going to be a very tough decision. They're going to
bring the chains out to measure it. Tell you what, Hunter Mullen broke 2 tackles, at least contact in the backfield to get near the first down.
Yeah, the wide side of the field was to the right, to the west, and he came from the left wing back. We go with just a straight pitch to him. We had a good block on the corner out there, and then he fought for the rest. It's barely short for the Tigers here. I mean, barely short.
It's one of those where everybody in the park wants to go for it, probably including the coaches. But is it one you can go for from your own 31-yard line?
10 minutes to go in this game. Nobody's been able to do anything. I know we'll at least start out with a hard 10. We don't have the ability to come up with a quick set because of the timeout for measure.
4th down and inches for the Tigers. They will line up at least to go for it. Tight formation. Cade Wallace looks to the sideline. Goes in under center. They're going for it. He dives forward. The push. Was it enough?
Oh, yeah.
The spot is there. It appears they have moved the chains. It will be, let's get the official signal from the Stripes. They started to point, Chet. 1st and 10 Tigers. Huge play from your own 31-yard line to move it ahead with 10 minutes to go in this football game and a scoreless tie.
Well, most white hats we see make that signal a little quicker. He just wanted to be sure. He wanted to drag it out for it.
1st down and 10 Tigers. Move the chains. Now the Tiger offense continues to look at the sideline. You can see Cade Wallace palms in the air saying, I don't know the call. Now they've got it. With the receiver to both sides, actually 2 staggered off to the left. In motion, Mullen. Now he brings it back. Carry through the middle. Adam Ebert, a gain of maybe 2. 2nd down and 8. 9:25 to go in this ball game, Chad. Still no score. Tigers, though, a big 4th down conversion.
I'll take a score any way we can get it. Yeah. But if you could script it, you'd have about a 9-minute and 24-second drive from here on out.
Milliken wide right. To the left is Brumfield, also slotted left, Tyler Young. Cade Wallace with Ebert behind him. Cade rolls out left. He wants to pass. Has some time. Slips. Now throws. Young downfield. Passes. Caught on the sideline. They say incomplete. Tyler Young had it, but they say that he landed out of bounds as he made the catch. Boy, Cade Wallace slipped as he planted. Still made a great throw, and what a catch from T-Money, but he's called out of bounds.
And I thought Cade was maybe going down back there because he went to plant that foot, and it went out from under him. He got a good pass away considering all of those facts.
third down 8. That would have been 1st and 10 at the Marysville 46-yard line, but instead, third down and 8, Tigers back at their own 33. Clock ticking, or will tick when it goes back into motion after the incompletion. 8:52 to go in this game. No score. Cade Wallace, tight formation again. Now Young goes in motion from right to left. They'll pitch out left for Young. Gets one block, but runs into 2 Bulldog defenders. And that will be a maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And it will bring up 4th down and long.
Yeah, and this is a tough situation for the Tigers here. No consideration. We got to send the punting team on for our 7th punt of this game.
Wow. Connor Last will stand back now inside his own 25-yard line. 4th down and 7 to go for the Tigers at their own 35-yard line. Last stands at his own 23. The snap is a good one from Folks. The kick, again, is away, and he booms another pretty good one. Bringer's going to come up and get it. Catches at the 40, return to the left side. Caleb Mendham does a great open field tackle for the Tigers on special teams. It'll be out near midfield, but Brenninger had some open area, and Mendham just hung in there and made the play.
5'6" sophomore. He plays well on special teams.
So the Tiger defense called on again. Marysville has it 1st and 10 at the midfield stripe. 8:01 to go in this ball game. Now the Bulldogs had some things working their last possession. Brenninger got loose through the middle for a long run and then tried to go back to it, and eventually penalties cost them a touchdown. Here's Brenninger. He will keep it again through the middle. Dylan Carlson, the first contact. Tigers not fooled this time. You see Dylan slow to get up, trying to get back to the defensive line. The direct current on defense right now, Dylan Carlson, and he's playing with that big wrap cast on the right side of the right hand, and still was right there to make the play.
Yeah, and I know that hurts, and he's got a little ache through that whole wing. I can see it when he goes to get up off the ground, but it doesn't slow him down when he's making the tackle.
He just goes. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Rain still falling here on this football homecoming Friday. Brenninger hands it off. This is Warning. He will gain maybe 3, 3rd down, and 5 to go as the football nears the 46-yard line. Chet, I know we still have some time left. I got to think we're starting to look at some of the awards for this game. There's been some big-time plays in a game that's scoreless.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the best blocks of the game might be Gabe Ware's forced fumble that was recovered by Adam Ebert back in the first
I like
half.
it. I would vote for that one.
3rd down, 6 to go. Brenninger from the gun. Will he hand it off? No, he keeps it through the middle, and he is hit. Now falls forward almost to a 1st down. Hunter Mullen eventually made the tackle. Garrett Craig and Dylan Carlson had the first contact and could not bring Brenninger down.
Yeah, and he was very close to score true. Fortunately, the ball is being marked where his knee went down and not where he was extending that ball out in front of him. But it's still only 4th and about 1.
4th down, 1 yard to go. The football now at the Tiger 41-yard line. Marysville appears to be going for it once again. And they will go under center, and now a penalty flag in the backfield. And is that a legal substitution?
Yeah.
It is against the Bulldogs, and they've been bit by the penalty bug one more time, Jack.
Oh, man, they have shot themselves in the foot about 5 times tonight.
Unreal.
But they still have the ball. They still have a snap of the ball, and it's 4th, and it's going to be, 4th and about 6 for them now.
At the Clay Center Tiger 46-yard line, 6:08 clock ticking here in the 4th quarter, scoreless thus far. Tyler Young, Hunter Mullen stand back inside their own 15-yard line.
Make sure he punts.
Here's the snap. It is there. They are going to punt it away. The Tigers almost got to it. The punt return coming from Tyler Young. He'll catch him to the right side. Now staggers once, slips, and now will be punched down inside the 15-yard line. He tried to make a cut. His feet almost slipped out from underneath of him, and so the Tigers will start deep in their own territory. The big kilo check. They have the football back, and it's still scoreless.
Absolutely right. Tyler went to make a big cut there, and his foot just went, and we saw mud come up from that. You can't have mind over matter when the matter happens to be mud.
Yeah, that's We should have assigned repair your own divots out here tonight on the football field. That kind of deal. First down and 10, Tigers with 5:43 to work here in the fourth. 3 receivers off to the left side, including the wingback, Hunter Mullen. And now back to pass, Cade Wallace fires downfield looking for Lane Libby. It is caught at the 40. And out of the sideline goes Magic. Lane Libby, the big fella, makes the catch at about the 45 of place hitters into the field. He's marked out immediately as he made that catch and was drawn to the sideline. Big-time play for the Tigers. That was 5:36 to go in the ball game.
What a throw from Cade Wallace.
No doubt.
Amazing.
Set through the big guy, Lane Libby, draws it in. First and 10 Tigers now from their own 45. Cade Wallace with Ebert in motion. Hand off in the middle. No, Wallace keeps it now. He's got a little room. Across the midfield stripe goes the 39-time All-Star Murphy. Cade Wallace, he's to the Marysville 48.
Do you think the run ever opens up when you complete a pass?
You think so? Yeah, without a doubt. How about a 7-yard gain on first down? Now second down 3. 5:15 to work in this ball game. No score as of yet. That big offensive line still doing work out there. Wallace goes in under center. He sends in motion Tyler Young. They will hand it off underneath. Here is Adam Ebert punching forward, and he will move inside the 45 of the Bulldogs. Correction, they hit from the 6. Gabe Ware on the carry. That's first and 10 Tigers. By the way, Chet, Jacob Blackburn took the mic today. I didn't know if anybody would get it back. If you know Jacob at all, the MC took the mic, and he called this for tonight. It's the IHOP on the front row because they make pancake blocks all night long, and they need a bunch of them right now. First down and 10. Here's Wallace underneath. Handoff again to Gabe Ware. Not much on this carry. It'll be second down and long. 4:40 left to work. Second down, 9. We can maybe call it. He may have fallen forward for a half-yard gain.
Well, the Tigers took over this possession with 5:43 to go in the game. Very deep on their end of the field. Now they're up to the 44-yard line.
Out the wide left, Lane Libby. What a huge pass from Wallace to Libby for the catch. Milliken, the receiver, right side. In motion, Ebert. And Wallace will keep it himself, spurts forward near the Marysville 41-yard line. It brings up third down. Now with 4:09 left to go in this ball game, still no score. Third down, 7. A 3-yard gain.
He's covered in mud. He's trying to get wiped off on that towel that the White has up.
Milliken wide left. Libby off to the right side. Also, Tyler Young is positioned in a slot to the right. And then Adam Ebert is the wingback right with Gabe Ware behind Cade Wallace, the quarterback. Third down, 7 to go. Wallace back to pass. Steps up, trying to run it. Skids his way forward inside the 40. It'll bring up fourth down. He slipped 3 different times, it appeared, before he finally got some footing to move forward and brings up fourth down at about 4.
On a dry field, which we don't have, he's still running.
Yeah, no doubt.
He had that right there, and he knows he did, but the footing wasn't.
3:18 to go in this game. The Tigers are lining up to go for it on fourth down and 4 to go at the Marysville Bulldogs 38-yard line. Fourth down and 4. Cade Wallace walks outside of the line of scrimmage, looking to the sideline for the call. Fourth down, 4 to go. Now he relays the call to his teammates. They look to their wristbands. Now the 5 count is on. See if they get this play away. The Tigers are going to take a timeout as the clock goes to 2:49 left in this ball game. 4th and 4. No score. 2:49 in the den on homecoming. Your finish coming up in a moment.
Hey, football fans, if you're like me, the best seat in the house is, well, in your house. Food, convenient restrooms, and the luxury of picking through the games you want to watch make it great. Upgrade your chair with a new recliner or furniture from Wall's True Value. We're giving away a recliner with cup holders on Piatique, so get in and sign up for your chance to win at Wall's True Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center. Open 7 days a week for you.
2:49 left to go in this ball game, Chet. Fourth down and 4. Obviously, you're to a time in the game and a position on the field where we'd all be shocked if the Tigers punt right now. It's a matter of what you feel comfortable calling at this point in the game.
Absolutely right. I'm comfortable not punting here. The entire game's taken place basically where they are. So See if you can pick up this first down. Don't worry about putting them back with a punt for worse field position. We got to try to somehow win this game. Now's the time to do it.
And really happy to not see them run a play down to the wire on the play clock. Instead, call the timeout. Get what you want to run on 4th down and 4. Cade Wallace under center. In motion, Young. Handoff underneath. No, it is going to be backwards, and we have a penalty flag on top of it. I think the Tigers moved early. Two guys in motion.
Yeah, we had both wingbacks going again.
And that's frustrating out of a timeout to have that happen. So now the Tigers will have to decide, assuming that Marysville, can they decline this penalty? They can, so they'll take over the football. Marysville's possession now with 2:44 to go in the game, and Marysville takes over at their own 41-yard line. So the Bulldogs will have it. Tiger defense called on again. Both these teams have been scoreless. Everybody is rain-soaked, mud-soaked. The field is, we have some great work that's been done by the school officials that work this ground crew.
Right.
They're going to have a work cut out to get it back in position because they've done such great work the last 3 years.
They watch the football game a little different than we do.
Yeah, you're right. First down and 10. Marysville with it at their own 41-yard line. 2:44 to go in this ball game. Scoreless ball on the ground on a snap. It's picked up by Brenninger to the line of scrimmage and then punched down there. And the tackle is going to be made, it appears, by Dylan Carlson, maybe Garrett Craig underneath on the play. And boy, a lot of anxious hearts, I'm guessing, on the Bulldog sideline when that snap rolls to your quarterback.
Yeah, and it got kind of hung up in the wet turf, and it didn't even roll that well. It came to a stop pretty quick. All of the possessions here through this fourth quarter that I've been tracking since the 8-minute mark for either team are less than 3 minutes apiece.
Second down 10, Bulldogs with it. Short time on this clock. Brenninger, he will keep it again through the middle. Dylan Carlson crashes in from the end. Parker Folks in the middle with the help on the play, and it'll be third down and long with 1:59 and now to go in this contest, and a timeout taken on the field. We'll break as well. Third and long. Bulldogs for the football. Tiger defense trying to get it back when we return.
Whether you want the tried and true seaweed varieties or a blend of the latest in the field of genetic innovations suited for your specific soil conditions, Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales wants to be your source for seedweed and starter fertilizer. Let us explain all the details and then place your order to ensure we have enough on hand. We can also add treatment to your seedweed to protect it while it gets established and ready for a harsh winter. This is Blaze. Stop in and see us at Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
Plan ahead for a comfortable and safe winter by contacting Propane Central today. They'll discuss your propane needs and set up a delivery schedule that ensures you have propane when you need it. Choose from one of their flexible payment plans and automatic payment options, and you'll know why their customers agree. Propane Central offers worry-free propane service.
Third down and long to the Bulldogs from their own 42-yard line. Brenninger with warning beside the ball again on the ground. He picks it up, now fires downfield, has a receiver, it's through his hand. The ball went to the ground for the second time on this possession on the snap in the shotgun. The receiver downfield, Jayton Haggard, had it right in his midst with room to run, Chet, and it just went through his hand.
He was open, and the ball hit his hand, and he had some room. But let's face it, I mean, it's a very, very difficult situation
for anyone. It's amazing. Brenninger picked up the low rolling snap. He's become like a third baseman charging bunts here the last couple of possessions.
Who knows how much mud was on it when it hit him.
And now a snap for the punt. Tigers see it bobble. Now picked up. Tyler Young's going to take it from his own 28-yard line. Starts left, now back right. Now stops, staggers to the sideline. Tries to cut it back in the middle. He'll take it. Now the ball comes loose. Marysville says they have it, and they do. Young fumbles at the end of that return with 1:40 left to go in this game, and the Tiger defense called back on the field.
Tough situation for the Tiger defense here, but they have to back themselves up here. You know, it's not a bad spot on the field. It's just the fact that they're giving the ball back to them.
1:40 left in this ball game. But now the Bulldogs will have it on the Tigers' first turnover of the game. First down and 10 at Clay Center's 37-yard line. There's a minute 40 left in this contest. Scoreless tie. Brenniger from the gun. Same formation we've seen. He's carried it a bunch. He carries it again. He will take it through the middle. Hunter Mullen tried to strip it free, and now he'll go to the ground. It'll be a gain of maybe 1 or 2. It'll be second down and long, a minute 30 to go.
And there's been a lot more of that throughout the fourth quarter of play from both sides, trying to create a turnover by stripping the ball,
right?
And for good reason. I mean, it's wet out there. It's muddy. It's slick. And, anything can happen.
Second down 9. Bulldog football at the Tiger 36-yard line. A minute 7 now left in regulation. Bulldog. Brenniger, handoff to Warnick. And he is knocked backwards by Chase. Casper, the freak, makes the tackle, and a timeout will be taken for the Bulldogs. 58 seconds to go. It'll bring up third down. Still 6 yards to go. The football now nearing the Tiger 30-yard line. Let's keep it right here as a timeout taken, Chet. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things we have as far as plays of the game, if you will. I think the can-equip block of the game may be trumped, but I'm going to go ahead and give it in the first half because Marysville was moving early in the first half, and Dave Ware forced the fumble that Adam Ebert would dive on top of, and those two teamed up for really a huge-time block of the game, the can-equip block of the game.
Number 28 created the fumble. Number 25 recovered the fumble, and it was a beautiful hit. I'm gonna support you on that, both for the block of the game.
And I think we could go from the can-equip block of the game, the fumble forced by Dave Ware, recovered by Adam Ebert, and I'll get to let's go ahead. The catalyst sign and graphic stats of the game. Marysville would have been here and better.
Yeah.
If Lane Libby doesn't make the catch of the game on the sideline.
We were in very deep field position there, and we pull out a big pass play to Lane Libby. Great pass by Cade. Beautiful catch by Lane. He tight-roped the sideline, fell out of bounds, but we moved the chains a long way.
The catalyst signing graphic stats of the game, Lane Libby. Here's Brenniger. He wants to pass across the middle, has a receiver, and it's dropped again. Right on the hands of Gabe Peschel this time, and it's dropped. It's fourth down and 7 with 53 seconds now left in this game. No score. That's 53 seconds in regulation, and that's 2 passes downfield. And again, I will say like Chet did, in these conditions, there's no gimme catches.
No.
But he's put Brenniger, that is, has put 2 pretty good passes on hand.
But we also always go out and play football in weather like this because we want to do that. Garrett Craig with a big hit on Brenniger as soon as he let go of that ball. That first.
Fourth down 7. Brenniger, will they pass again? They will. Stands in the pocket, pump fakes. He is hammered again by Garrett Craig. The second time he puts a pop on the quarterback. This on fourth down, and Clay Center will take over the football after the fumble on the punt return, remember, by Tyler Young. The Tiger defense stands up.
And I don't know who he was thrown to, and it doesn't matter because Garrett Craig was in his face each of the last 2 plays, put him on the turf each of those last 2 plays, and he affected both passes on those last 2 plays.
If the sophomore Garrett Craig or if the quarterback Brenniger doesn't throw it somewhere, the sophomore Garrett Craig's putting him on the ground, and maybe the ball goes loose. He was that close. So the Tigers take over, 49 seconds, still no score, fourth quarter. Play Center from their own 32. Cade Wallace. He will drop back, wanting to pass. Now steps it and runs out to the 40-yard line toward the sideline. Will step it around. It will be a gain out to the 40, 6, maybe 7 yards. 42 and a half seconds left. It brings up second down. And Cade Wallace, the heady all-star Murph, actually the gain of 8, we'll call it, he was thinking sideline about halfway through that run. No need to push it up the field. No, stop the clock.
Absolutely. He sees the field, and he understands the game.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Wallace under center, second down 2. Back to pass again, rolls right. Has a little time, fires in the flat. Here's Tyler Young. Makes the catch, trying to stretch it for a first down. Can't get there. 33 seconds and counting. It'll be third down and less than a yard to go, and we have a timeout taken by the Tigers sideline with 30 seconds left in this regulation on homecoming 2015. Still zeros on both sides.
And that's going to be the stat of the game. In my vote is that we, at least at this point, we're down to 33 seconds left in the game and no score in this game. But I was a little bit wanting the Tigers to have a sense of urgency there. the coaching staff went ahead and called a quick timeout. 1 timeout left for the Tigers, 2 timeouts left for Marysville, which I hope that's not. I'm going to go ahead and give the Midwest Products stat of the game, 0-0 at the end of regulation. Here's my point. The Midwest Products stat of the game, 0-0. If that changes, we automatically have the electrifying play of the game. Exactly right. I like how you think. So either we have the stat of the game locked, or we add to it with the electrifying play of the game, and that will come maybe in the last 30 seconds. And this beautiful field has definitely transformed. We can see it from up here better than people can see it that are sitting a little bit lower, I think. I hope if Jason's out here at the game tonight, he's sitting out in the elements, they won't see the tears falling down because they put so much work into this. Right. And it's a beautiful field here at Ottawa Stadium, but it is a quagmire right now. 3rd down, less than the yard for the Tigers at their own 43-yard line. Cade Wallace, quarterback keep straight at the middle. That's first down yardage. Should stop the clock to set the chain. He got the spot. 26.6 to work in the ball game, so they stop the clock. Tigers can get right back up on the line of scrimmage and set to work here. 26.6 to go in the regulation. 0-0 tie. Tigers with the football. As soon as the ball is spotted, play clock will go in motion. Tigers are up on the line, ready to work. There's the play clock back at it. Wallace under center in motion. Ebert from left to right. Back to pass. Wallace fires downfield on the sideline right and just had to throw it a little sooner than he wanted to. Tyler Young was on the sideline. Balin Brumfield was coming down the middle. Tyler's going on a fly pattern down there. We're sending our fastest man up the sidelines, and Cade's trying to put it out in front of him. Just put it a little bit too far in front of him. Maybe, I think, truly had to throw it about a count before he wanted to let it go. You're right. To let Tyler make that move down the field. Brumfield wide left. Young will come a slot receiver to the left side as well. Milliken off to the right side. Gabe Ware the back behind Cade Wallace. 2nd down now for the Tigers. Wallace again to pass. Fires out the flats as Young. And he will be tackled right as he catches the football with 12 seconds left to go. Good idea. Get him out in space. If you make somebody miss, they'll see what happens. Now we're down to 5, down to 4. 3rd down for the Tigers with 2. They will spike it with 1.1 seconds left. That brings up 4th down, and the Tigers can take one more look downfield and see if they can make something happen, or we're going to overtime. 1.1 seconds to go in this game. Wow. 0-0. We're all standing in mud out there, and 1 play left to see if anything can happen to keep it from going to overtime. So Cade Wallace steps back to the white hat, gets a wipe on the towel so he can clean the hands off. 4th down and 9. Final play of the game. Of regulation. Scoreless tie. Wallace back to pass. Rolls out right. Has a lot of time. He will fire way downfield for Milliken. Passes. Front. Yeah. Great penalty flag, though. The Tigers will have a chance. Chet Carlson was saying what I was thinking. Interference on the Bulldogs. Would they throw it? They did. And Clay Center will get a chance to play one more play. Well, you know, I'm a Brady Milliken fan, but I'm going to tell you, Cade Wallace threw a beautiful pass there. Brady Milliken had a bead on it, and he got hit right before he had the chance to catch that ball. And to Marysville's credit, the defensive back, if he doesn't make that contact, Milliken might have been gone. He might have been. So a smart play by the Bulldogs because it does stop a potential touchdown pass and catch. Now we go back here and we mark it off from here, and the game, there's 0 time on the clock. It'll be an untimed down. The game can't end on a defensive penalty. Right. So 1st and 10 Tigers now at the Bulldogs 40-yard line. And they will again get a chance to run a final play. No time on the clock, no points on the board either side. At the 40 of Marysville, untimed down for the Tigers. Cade Wallace drops back to pass. Pressure coming from the blind side. He'll let it go on the sideline right. It's going to be incomplete. We're headed to overtime. Zeros across the board on the clock and on the scoreboard. We'll head to overtime. We'll come back, bring it to you next here on KCLY.
Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy has earned the reputation of being a dependable supplier of durable medical equipment. They offer customers cost-effective quality products they need to improve their health and well-being. lift chairs, shoes for diabetics, canes, bath aids, wheelchairs, knee braces, CPAP machines and supplies, and several other helpful equipment is available. And if you have a prescription to be filled, bring it into Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy for friendly and professional service. Downtown Clay Center.
First comes love, then comes marriage, and then comes a home in Blueprints? Whether you're newly married or just looking to build the home you've always dreamt of, come see the lenders at United Bank and Trust. Making your plans a reality is their business. Whether it's new construction, refinancing, or everything in between, like new roofs or updating that shag carpet, United Bank and Trust is here to help you with quick loan decisions from a local lender you know and trust. United Bank and Trust. You bank, we deliver. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Twin Valley is proud to announce their free Twin Valley Wi-Fi zone, available to all fans at Unruh Stadium. With Twin Valley Wi-Fi, you can share the moments from the game with all your friends and family. Listen to the game on the KCLY app, post Instagram pics, tweet updates of the game, and update Facebook all for free without using your valuable cellular data. Enjoy the game and go Tigers from your friends at Twin Valley.
Crop Production Services offers the best quality corn and soybean seed lineup that truly fit your acres and the way you farm. Year after year, top-performing brands such as Asgrow, DeKalb, Dynagrow, and Mycogen turn top yields in field trials. Get expert agronomic advice, responsive service, and consistent fair pricing from Crop Production Services. Early cash and volume discounts and financing options available. Visit with Pat, Josh, Doug, and Sheldon for all your corn and soybean seed needs.
0-0, end of regulation. Chet Carlson, a little extra time of football on such a glorious night. The rain, by the way, still falling. Maybe not as heavy as it has been at times, but it has been one crazy night here at the Dick.
Well, it's definitely let up, but we really wouldn't want it to let up for overtime, would we? I mean, we've had to play 4 full quarters in it.
Gotten to this point, although it could dry up and the sun could pop out, and it wouldn't change the field condition at all, because it is a crazy mess out there for the players. We were talking about the officials during the break as the two teams are meeting right now. We'll see who gets the football first in this overtime session, but the officials have to deal with these conditions too.
Oh, they really do, and I have enjoyed this officiating crew tonight. They've done a really good job from my seat. I'm going to say one other thing. The area of the field that really has no damage to it is inside the 10.
And that's where the overtime will take place. So the best footing since maybe the opening kickoff will be here for these two teams as we go to overtime. Now, the Tigers will get the football to start. It'll be at the 10-yard line. The Bulldogs chose to defend the north goal, and we'll go from here.
Yeah, about the only action that's taken place in this game inside the 10 has been the warm-ups before the game and, the warm-ups right before the start of the second half. And that's really any of the cleat marks that are out there are, for the most part, from that.
Very true. So the Bulldogs will move down defensively. The Tigers will get 4 downs from the 10. Then the Bulldogs will get their opportunity. That's the start of overtime, and then we'll see what happens if we need to do anything more. Nobody's scored yet, but quite honestly, has anybody been inside the 15-yard line? The Bulldogs maybe once?
Bulldogs got to the, after that big run by Brenniger, they got to the 19-yard line. They picked up 5 or 6 yards in their first couple of plays. So they barely crossed the 15, but they have not crossed the 10. And then they had that penalty that moved them out to the 22.
And the Tigers have not been inside the 15-yard line. So obviously an interesting role here for both teams. Tigers will have the football to start overtime, 0-0 tie as they head out on the field. They'll put Tyler Young, a wing back left, Ebert to the right side, Brumfield a tight end right, Gabe Ware behind Cade Wallace, Milliken is wide out to the right. Here's Wallace, handoff underneath, nothing there for Gabe Ware on the first down carry, and second down still at the 10-yard line. They lost that field.
I think he did. He was smothered in the backfield, and I think he did lose half a yard.
So second down. Tiger offensive line. Long night for the boys in the trenches as well. Dylan Carlson, Jacob Blackburn, McCade Melius, Parker Folks, and Jace Casper.
Those boys have been working hard.
Second down and 11 now as it's at the Bulldog 11-yard line in overtime. Here's Wallace, pitch out right. Here's Ebert, cuts against the grain down near the 7-yard line. It'll bring up third down. He gains 3, maybe 4 yards on the pitch out right.
Had good blockers out front, too. Marysville just, it's easier to defend those on a short field, so they were able to clog it up a little bit. But we had Jace Casper out there. We had Milliken out there. We had Tyler Young out there, all blocking for Adam Ebert.
Now Milliken wide right, 2 receivers left. Slotted is Tyler Young. Wider left is Balin Brumfield. That's the wide side of the field. Wallace back to pass, looking that direction, has to tuck it and run, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Back at the 10-yard line, it brings up 4th down.
And we have somebody that can kick, but, it's also very slippery conditions for that as well. So another decision by the coaches.
And he has, I know you and I both have been looking over to the sideline. Peyton Lane is going to make his way onto the field here to try a 3-point field goal to take the lead. Hunter Mullen is the holder. Parker Folks, the long snapper. So the ball is spotted at the 11-yard line. The hold will be at the 17-yard line. Laid onto the field is left side line protection. Peyton Lane set to work for the first points of the game. The snap to Hunter Mullen is there. The place is down. Peyton Lane, the kick is up, and it is good. Peyton Lane has punched it through a 27-yard field goal for the sophomore. The first points of the game for the Tigers. Peyton Lane right down the pipe, just cleared the crossbar.
I tell you what, we should give him like twice the yardage on that under the conditions and the snap and the hold and the blocking. It was all there, and they converted the 3-point field goal. Now the defense has to do their job.
3-0 Tigers lead it on a Peyton Lane field goal. Now the Bulldogs will have the same opportunity from the 10-yard line, still going north here at Otto Wanderers Stadium. What a dogfight here tonight. This has been one of those games where both teams have just tried not to make a mistake. And I will say a gutsy call by the Tigers coaching staff, knowing Peyton Lane's leg, I understand, but these conditions,
I know.
It ain't easy. And they made the call, and he came through for him.
You got to plant a leg. I mean, there is so much at risk, but they came through with the 3 points.
Brenninger, empty backfield on the opening play of this overtime. The Tigers lead it now 3-0. First point of the game coming in overtime. Bulldogs possession now. Brenninger alone in the backfield. He'll run it through the middle. He is hit, knocked down. He'll take it near the 7-yard line. Initial contact underneath Parker Folks. He was finished off by Jace Casper. It's second down, but the ball is moved almost to the 6-yard line, again of 4.
Yeah, I think he squirted through the bottom of that pile just a little bit more. Picked up 4 yards on first down.
Brenninger, such a competitor. If you've heard that name before, it's the same Brenninger back as a freshman that started when things were not good for the Bulldogs. He's going to run it again. He is hit near the line of scrimmage. He'll get maybe to the 5, a gain of 1. It's third down.
And that was a hard hit by Gabe Ware on that tackle.
The hit from the sticks does it again. Now third down and 5. Third and goal, essentially, for the Bulldogs. Here in overtime, the Tigers lead it 3-0. Third down. They've had an empty backfield for Brenninger. Now they'll put Warnick beside him to his left. 2 receivers off to the left, 1 right. Brenninger, low snap, keeps it. He will carry through the middle. He is hit again and brought down. Dylan Carlson finished it. You had a hit in there from Gabe Ware once again. Carlson in on the play. Such a defensive push for the Tigers. It's a gain of 1. It's fourth down just inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I think they're going to officially call it 4th and 4, but it's pretty. It's a long 4. The Tiger defense just needs to do it one more time.
Coach Dustin Hoyer is going to take a timeout to talk over a final play, potentially. Or will they kick a field goal to tie it? Maybe that's what they talk about. 3-0. Tigers lead. Overtime. 4th down Marysville when we come back.
This is 100.9 FM, KCLY Clay Center.
The quality of meals you serve your family depends on the quality selection you have to choose from. At Ray's Apple Market, they strive to ensure only the freshest meats and dairy products are always available. Their meat department is happy to custom cut your order to your specification. Their dairy case offers the fresh flavors from the cheese and butter items to yogurt, milk, and more. They appreciate the opportunity of serving you and your family with quality grocery items in every aisle and the personal touch that makes them your store. Ray's Apple Market.
3-0 ball game. 4th down for the Bulldogs. Clay Center leads at 3-0 in overtime. Out of the Bulldogs timeout. At the 4-yard line, 4th down and goal for the Bulldogs. Brenniger. Out of that gun. Low snap, keeps it, hands it off to Warnick going outside, trying to turn the corner to the goal line. He's in. And the Bulldogs have scored and taking it in to steal one away here on the Tigers' homecoming 2015. Warnick took it. Brenniger had been the guy, and Warnick able to get outside. He broke one tackle. He found the corner. Touchdown, Marysville.
He was able to get into the end zone. He was able to beat the Tigers deep to the corner, to the pylon. There was a lot of pressure on Brenniger up the middle. It looked like Brenniger was keeping it, but he's giving it off on that backside.
Bulldogs in overtime get the win here. 6-3 is your final, and the Tigers in a hard-fought, rainy, soupy, crazy night here in the Den. They're going to suffer a 6-3 loss to the Marysville Bulldogs. Stay tuned. Our post-game will be coming up next.
It's time for Tiger football. I'm sure the coaching staff has put together a solid game plan for tonight's game. Have you thought about your insurance game plan? Hi, Tiger fans. This is Jim Gearhan with Farmers Union Insurance. We can customize insurance plans from everything from cars, trucks, and combines to houses, boats, and businesses. We can even insure your retirement. Stop by and see me, Jim Gearhan, at 426 Lincoln Avenue in downtown Clay Center, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics.
Farmway Co-op, your partner in growth.
Have you reserved your wheat seed? Talk to your local Farmway seed specialist about your seed plan. The best varieties go fast. Don't miss the opportunity to take advantage of early order discounts and your supply of the best varieties of the year. Farmway carries the best brands and technologies in the industry. Farmway can help create a seed plan for a successful 2016. Contact Farmway today.
Hey folks, Bill Rice from the Green Team. If you're looking for a Challenger, stop by the Green Team because we have two beautiful Challengers, a 2014 only 5,000 miles, SXT package, one owner trade-in, beautiful car. But if you want to go a little faster, we have a 2014 Scat Pack. Again, with only 5,000 miles, this car is bright red, 6.4 Hemi and 20-inch wheels. So check us out on the web at greenteamcars.com or 802 West Crawford in Clay Center.
2015 is a monumental year for the Citizens National Bank as it marks their 100th anniversary. Throughout the year, the Citizens National Bank will be celebrating a century of strength and stability with many events and surprises planned. Be sure to like their Facebook page so you can stay on top of all these exciting events. This is a significant milestone of providing personalized service and a century of success. The Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
The Clay Center Tigers suffer a loss here. 6-3 is your final. And this is one that, it stings up here in the booth. I can't even imagine the feeling if you're in one of those orange and black uniforms and helmets right now. These are tough games when it comes down to the wire and you do so much, you fight so hard, and then it gets stolen away from you.
Well, nothing was left.
Right.
They gave everything they had, and it was tough conditions all night long on both sides of the ball for everybody. And it was just one of those that we had made so many good stops just in time. We needed one more and couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah, and then to give Warnick credit, and Brenniger. He was the guy that I think everybody in the house thought number 6 wasn't going to give it up because he's a competitor.
I thought he was keeping it.
And he did keep it in the belly of Warnick and then gave it off to him, and he just was able to get by one guy on the outside and then turn the corner, and there was nobody left to hold up the store. So.
Yeah, and even in overtime, they ran 2 of those 3 plays before that with an empty backfield. you know, and they weren't really using the back for much other than blocking. And you know, it was a good play on their part, and they just got what they needed. They needed 4 yards, and they got 4 yards, and the Tigers just couldn't beat him to the pylon.
Tigers with the loss in a 6-3 final. We have one award left to give out, and that's the Debenham electrifying play of the game. And I'm going to go back to Peyton Lane. 4th down for the Tigers. They have the opening possession. You have to put points on the board. Just have to.
Right.
Tigers went for it with a 27-yard field goal attempt, and Peyton Lane put it through in these conditions. Are you kidding me?
I know.
Great play.
So many years, so many different seasons in high school football, you don't have a field goal kicker.
It's not even an option.
No, it's not even an option. And so we have a good field goal kicker with Peyton, and even though he's a good kicker, boy, the pressure was on everybody there because that's not a gimme.
And in these conditions on top of it. I mean, it's just crazy. And then he punches it through, and then you get down to 4th down. I mean, the crowd's going, what crowd is here? And the crowd that was here, I'll give credit, made a lot of noise tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And by those last several plays of the game, nobody had umbrellas up, nobody had hats on. You know, it was nobody left anything in this game, including the fans.
So the Debenham electrifying play of the game, the 27-yard field goal from Peyton Lane. I think the Bulldogs would choose another one, and I understand that. For the Tigers, that was at that point as electrifying as you could get. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back and kind of wrap things up here in a bit from the Den. Again, Marysville wins it in overtime, 6-3.
Welcome to Subway. What can I make for you?
I want to mix things up a bit.
How about one of our delicious Reuben sandwiches? Loaded with your choice of tender corned beef or oven-roasted turkey breast.
I like where you're going with this.
They're fresh toasted with melty Swiss cheese and topped with sauerkraut and Thousand Island dressing. All on your choice of freshly baked bread.
Sounds perfect.
Coming right up. The Subway Reubens won't be here long, so try one today. Subway. Eat fresh.
Limited time only at participating restaurants.
Girton Propane has provided quality service and employment opportunities for over 60 years. Girton is always on the lookout for exceptional company and owner-operator drivers to join their team. If you're a top-notch driver, call Andy at 800-232-0170. Girton transports liquid commodities throughout the 48 states with an emphasis in the Midwest. Girton is committed to excellence, safety, and quality service. Join the Girton team. Call 800-232-0170.
This harvest, producers that planted one of the high-quality wheat varieties or a blend from Oldie Seed are recording significantly better yield results. Varieties like Hot Rod, WB 4458, and WB Cedar are high-yielding wheat varieties that deliver exceptional yields and good test weights. If you want the highest quality seed, make it a point to plant an Oldie Seed wheat variety or blend this fall. Call Oldie Seed at 877-692-4555.
Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep is a proud supporter of Tiger football. Get to Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and test drive the 29-mile-per-gallon Ram truck and save during Ram Truck Month. Need an SUV? How about the 30-mile-per-gallon Jeep Grand Cherokee? For 47 years, Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep has treated you like family because our family name is on the door. Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep on West Anderson in Manhattan or online at schrammcars.com. Go Tigers!
Back once again to a very soggy Tigers den, and certainly added to by the fact that Marysville was able to steal one away in overtime here. 6-3 is your final post-game show, being brought to you by Clay County National Bank, B&D Sandblasting and Painting, and State Farm Insurance. David Borgany, agent. This is one of those classic Play Center, Marysville rivalry type ball games, and unfortunately, I think the weather. I wasn't sure who I thought it would help. I guess with the passing game of Marysville, they like to throw the ball a little bit more. Maybe it could have affected them, but the Tigers weren't able to get out in space and make people miss, and their speed was hindered, I think, tonight by the wet conditions. And I'm not taking a thing away from what the Bulldogs did, but I think on a dry track, the speed of Play Center has been proven to make a difference.
Yeah, the speed was irrelevant tonight. We do have one of the faster teams that we've had in a long time, but that was taken clear out of the game tonight, and we couldn't overcome that. We couldn't find a way to make the speed work for us, not consistently. On a couple of flashes we did, but yeah, I agree with you completely.
And both teams just battled it out. They dug in there, literally dug into the trenches and battled and fought. And I give Marysville a ton of credit. I don't know if people that look at the scoreboard, Coach Rice and I talked about it certainly in pregame. If you look at the final scores they've had, it looks like it's Marysville. They've struggled. They had 32 losses in a row. They won their first game of the season, but it's not the same. It's the same old Marysville. It's not the case. They stretched Abilene into the second half. We know how good they are. They were up 26-0, by the way, tonight on Wamego. They stretched Wamego to the limits as well before it got away late in the football game. And this is a game they stretched and then ended up getting the win.
Yeah, and I've seen an attitude shift, I think, over in Marysville. This team is not the same team we've been watching the last few years, and I think that comes with a new coaching staff and a new attitude and a new spring in their step. And this win for them tonight is going to just continue to help them enough.
Yeah, it certainly will. And on a homecoming night for the Tigers to steal one there on fourth down and a touchdown run, 6-3, again is your final. That'll wrap it up here from the Den. Marysville wins it in overtime, 6-3 over the Clay Center Tigers. Peyton Lane with a 27-yard field goal in OT to give them the lead. And the Bulldogs, the Warnick touchdown run is the difference in this ball game. For our studio engineer, Bernie Fancella, Chet Carlson, as always, appreciate you being alongside on a rainy, weird night here in the Den. The rain just never stopped until right now. It's finally let up, it appears. Imagine that. Marysville gets the win. Postgame tonight is being brought to you by Clay County National Bank, State Farm Insurance, David Mortgating Agent, and B&D Sandblasting and Painting. And our thanks again to the administration and to the Tiger football team in 1963 for being a part of this rainy night. Made it very, very special at halftime. This is Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest of your Football Friday.